Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 167 of the Codex Prime podcast for Wednesday, May 29th, 2019. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me, as always, is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. And joining us in the studio, once again, three very special guests in the building, friends of the show. You know them as the UWO. What's up, fellas?
Hi.
What's going on, everybody?
Hello there, children.
Gabe, shout out. Homies was waiting. He was waiting.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, man. We apologize for the
Captain Buzzkill.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I own it. I love it. Yes, we apologize for the delay because four gentlemen, as you see here, were late.
Correction.
Me.
They were late.
Three, I'm sorry.
This is a two-parter as well, and just like anybody who watches the UWO podcast on Facebook,
Technical
technical difficulties always occur. So
That too.
you know it happens. You knew what was happening.
Yes, that too. So once again, welcome Brian Lopes, Eddie Ortiz, the angry fan, and the most diabolical hater this side of the Mississippi, Kyle
I know
Chapman.
what I am. I know what I am.
That's right.
And I'm not. I am not angry. I'm passionate.
And you said Brian's name wrong.
What?
The philosoph.
Fickle.
Fickle.
Oh,
okay.
wait. Oh, we also discovered this in the vehicle on the way over here. Mr. Byrd, would you like to make the announcement that I
What's
now
good,
hold
Q?
the record as a featured
Oh yeah,
guest?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Lopes here has the record as our most returned guest.
Really?
Not one, not two, not three, not four, not even five or six. 7 times.
7 times.
7 times featured on the Codex Prime podcast. Thank you guys
Wow.
so much.
Congratulations.
Trophy.
That's right.
We won a trophy.
Congratulations. High five, sir. Boom.
Crisp high five. I'll take one every time.
All
Shout outs to
right.
B-Rob. I'm about to share it too.
That's right. Yeah. So, yeah, we're here. We're talking.
Sharon, sorry guys.
Yep. As they're
Me too. Don't get it twisted.
as they're sharing the episode tonight with the UWO in the house, you know what that means. It's going to be all wrestle talk. Tonight we're going to be talking about AEW's inaugural event, Double or Nothing.
Oh, you puppets are gonna get it.
So loyalist puppets, be warned. And you can listen to the cries of many loyalist puppets as we get in all elite.
I am rowing down the river of them tears.
Yes, you can row down the river of tears with a pair of Studio Regent headphones.
Amazing segue. Great segue.
Yes.
He's been getting better every time with these.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir. I only got one line, so I'm like Billy Gunn. I got one line.
You gonna chime in this time, or you gonna just let the Iconics fans handle this iconically?
Excuse me, you guys. Say it right.
My bad. That's after the plug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheap plug first. All right, you ready to go? Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see on this table is a pair of Studio Regent wireless headphones that connects to all Bluetooth devices. You have 48 hours of battery life. I can't get the damn word out. A battery life. They are sleek, stylish, comfy, and the sound is smoother than a baby's butt the second day home. Mm-hmm. And as always, if you enter in the Codex podcast on the promo code, you get 15% off, and there is also
Free shipping in the USA.
Thank you. It was incredible.
That was
I threw in a wink.
that promo was cut as badly as the Iconics cut their promos.
I thought you were going to say as bad
First
as
of all-
the first hour of Raw.
Especially the way
Nothing as bad as the first hour of Raw.
Especially the way Brian said free shipping in the USA. It was iconic.
Now this was worse than the first hour of Raw.
I always wanted to
Whoa,
say that.
no,
Sir.
Whoa.
Sir.
The first hour of Raw is about as illegitimate as that Super Bowl that you bastards won.
Oh, you wait. What?
Why you gotta get started?
Sir, I'm sorry.
Why do you gotta
Did
get
you just
started?
say
Which one?
we won? 2,
3, 4,
Huh?
5,
Huh?
6.
Hold on. We need another hand. Another hand. Another hand.
Which one?
Six.
Which one?
Everybody always forgets about
How many does Carolina got?
Huh?
Just let me know how many Carolina got.
Let's check. Let's see who's in the
Backtrack,
comments.
please.
Laura, Gabe, I'm not a Panthers.
Shout out to Ronaldo. You in the building with something, Ronaldo? Mr. Impact.
Yes.
Ed from the Party Nerds, what up? He's gonna be on the show real soon discussing E3. Man, that's
E3 looks good.
Yes.
so far. PlayStation. So he's not doing a showcase though.
I don't know, man, because I was looking forward to a particular game, which shall remain not nameless, because when I finally played it, it was a walking piece of dog feces, and I had such high hopes for it. Anthem.
Yeah.
I ain't waiting for AEW's video game. I ain't waiting for the AEW video game. That's all I'm waiting for. Fuck everybody.
That'd be like the Impact video game.
No, don't.
Nothing.
Say that.
You can't put that on him, Ricky Bobby.
Don't wish
No,
that.
you know why? You know why it's gonna be good? Because it's gonna go back to THQ's gonna step in there and be like, "Fuck you, Vince. You want to throw us out and go to 2K?" Okay, they're gonna step back in there and bring back some fucking original where you can actually do shit in the video game and not fucking have to be, oh, this guy is tired. I don't want to play a video game where my guy has endurance and gets sick and tired and can't lift up the Big Show because he's a cruiserweight. No, I want my old video games, my old wrestling video games where I can throw freaking Big Show off the top of a fucking steel cage with Rey Mysterio.
But it's pretty true love, because if you watched Kurt Angle's last week's, he got tired pretty quick. Undertaker, he gets tired after walking to the ring.
This is why I don't want the 2K series no more.
We haven't even gotten into that. Okay.
I don't want lifelike.
I'm sorry, Undertaker always shows in Saudi Arabia. So,
Oh. Yeah. Saudi Blood Money Part 3.
The only streak that he's on now is one of his draws, because he's kind of he's pretty old, bro. How old?
I think Taker's trying to build a new WrestleMania streak at Saudi Arabia.
Undertaker's about as in the past as the Cowboy Championship rings. You know what I mean? You got to watch his glory days on VH.
Just like the Panthers playoff hopes.
Oh,
Eddie, isn't it great to not have that problem?
As long as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick on the sideline, man, y'all can't talk shit to us.
Oh, it's gonna end.
Hey,
It will end.
when it ends, then come talk to us. Till then,
Y'all have 20 years to figure this out.
I just want to say that the Cowboys are going to be as bad as that Joker trailer was.
Hey, listen. That Joker trailer is magnificent. Hey, I cannot wait for Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and I cannot wait for Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne Batman.
you shut your mouth. I'll give you Joaquin Phoenix. I'll give him a chance. But Robert Pattinson,
Yo.
get the fuck out of
We
here.
have to make an announcement because he is here, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro is in the building. What up, Pedro?
Oh, Mr.
Pedro
Pedro is in the building. What's good, Pedro?
Hey, I just want to know if he's holding up the computer or his cell phone.
You doing a little dance?
Baby
Shark baby shark. Shout out to Brock Lesnar.
Yo, they have remixed him dancing with everything.
They did.
Good, Corey.
Corey, what's happening?
And it goes with everything.
Oh, trust me, Corey. You'll find out if you keep tuning in. I heard that.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
All right. So, and big shout outs to Dina. She's on the chat.
Dina,
Hello, baby.
this is our wife. Hey, she got me sweetbread.
I love her.
Gentlemen, her man is right here.
Yeah. Hello.
Brian.
Yes.
I love her.
Oh man. But yeah, so welcome one and all to the AEW Double or Nothing chat. We're going to be talking about all the matches on the card, our favorite moments, even some moments that were kind of Also some bears of the week. We're going to get into some WWE talk, namely that 24/7 title, among other things.
The greatest thing Vince McMahon ever did.
I don't know about all that.
Oof.
That is the 24/7 title is on the same
Can we not discuss? I
level.
can't talk about
the
it.
same of greatness as the XFL
Listen,
first run.
can we talk wrestling before we talk sports entertainment?
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yes, let's talk wrestling and not comedy tag teams like the Iconics. So,
Sir.
let's talk about...
How dare you?
Mic drop.
How dare you?
You can't besmirch the name.
You know what it is? It's because he's living in the past.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't understand the future.
See-
and the future
Is
I got it!
These two just don't understand. They just don't understand. These chicks
Gabe,
are
that's on
dark
you.
matching SmackDown shows after 205 Live
After.
and not even getting a victory.
Nope. How many matches have they won since WrestleMania 35?
Enough to keep the championships.
I'm sorry, how many times have they lost the titles? Because R-Truth lost his twice already. You know?
R-Truth is a 3-time champion, okay? Little Jimmy,
Count Little Jimmy.
little Jimmy got a title run in there real quick.
Oh, man. But
Dave Jackson really just asked himself if he needs to censor.
I told him that's on him.
Nah,
You bet. Don't you dare. Don't you
Gabe,
dare censor yourself. What the hell's wrong
you
with
can
you?
be you, bro. I already warned him. I warned him.
It's Facebook, man. Go ahead, push that limit.
yeah.
We're trying to see how far we can go before Zuckerberg comes after us.
Nick Thomas is
You know I've been pushing that motherfucker.
And it's not my Facebook profile, so whatever. So hey. So yeah. So
if anybody doesn't hear from Carl Byrd for 30 days, you're welcome.
yeah.
Sorry.
So yes, we're gonna talk about AEW All Elite Wrestling's inaugural event, Double or Nothing.
took notes.
That's right. What's
For the
up?
first time.
What?
Awesome. Which
Sucker puppets, not a t-shirt company no more.
yeah, that's right. Thank you. Tell him, Eddie. Which took place Saturday, May 25th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see. We had 7 matches on the main card plus 2 pre-show matches. All in all, an A+ event. We're gonna get into it with the first pre-show
A-.
match of the evening. Okay, A-. I'll take that too. We're gonna get into it with the kickoff match on the pre-show, which was the 21-man Casino Battle Royal.
Over the budget battle royal.
No, it was a
It
casino
was actually the
battle.
buy-in battle royal.
The buy-in.
The buy-in casino battle royal.
Yep. Had a
That had more names than a Kardashian marriage, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Or
It
Viking
did.
experience.
Oh,
Listen,
Raider.
yeah, it's kind of a. I love the way they kind of took a shot there at the whole name changing thing. Like, come on, the whole show. I don't give a fuck what the puppets say. The whole show was laced with shots. Fuck yeah. Okay, your Hall of Fame was laced with shots.
It was. I mean,
AEW didn't take the first shot. WWE took the first shot.
hey, Brett, look, a fan's coming in.
Man, that's
We
not
gonna
till
talk about
later
him.
on in
We
the
gonna
show.
talk about him.
I was
Yes.
ready.
I'm sorry.
yeah. So we had the 21-man Casino buy-in battle royal. Had a really cool, clever setup, which different sets of wrestlers drew different suites, and so like groups of wrestlers came out. We definitely cut down on the time instead of individual entrances. Ultimately, we had Adam Hangman Page be the winner of the 21-man battle royal, so he gets to receive a future AEW World Championship title match against the winner of the main event between Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, which we'll get into later on.
Or does he, though? Because I have to bring this up very quickly.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ondina, my baby, because she brought this up to me and brought this to my attention.
Oh my God!
I have to, gentlemen. If we're gonna talk pro
I
wrestling,
gotta move
right?
away
Yeah.
from this guy. Really
I'm
fast.
sorry. Don't for all my UWO peoples out
He's
there,
about to
don't
get
crucify
struck
me
by
for this.
lightning.
Eddie, I don't know if you want to back away, but I have to say
I'm
this.
going.
Because, all right, so we're watching the Battle Royal, and there comes a point where the gentleman who is an amputee, who's in the Rumble, a double amputee since he was 3 years old, gets eliminated from the Rumble. Now, as I'm watching this with her, she looks over to me, she goes, "That's bullshit. The rules are both feet must touch the floor. He doesn't have feet. How's he eliminated? He should win." I'm sorry, I had to get that out there. I told you, babe, I would say it. But goddamn, it
Dina.
is true.
Do not worry, Dina. I will be in that same room in hell with you because when it happened, it went through my head. I didn't say it out loud, but
I didn't say it out loud either.
it
bro.
came in my head. I was like, wait a minute, he has no legs.
I gotta say.
So
I mean,
don't worry.
Technically,
Yeah,
she
but-
is right.
I'll see you in hell. Put it out.
just so you know, they call me the hater, him the angry fan, and he gets away with saying shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I curse
what
my
was
Mark every twice.
philosophical about that, man?
and
I mean, factually, it's true.
and don't forget what MJF called that.
That was-
Oh
gentleman.
my God! He's like, "How you like that, Lieutenant Dan?"
Oh,
And he said with the accent, Lieutenant Dan. I was like, oh.
For the record,
man.
MJF was money all night,
Yeah.
night.
MJF is a star.
Oh yeah, he'll be
Toast to you.
he'll be their top
Don't
heel.
put me on
Don't show the label. Don't
Yeah,
show
sorry.
the label.
No showing labels.
We don't do
Toast
that.
MJF.
Oh yeah, they're grooming him to be.
I'll get mine. I'll get a sponsorship.
They,
yeah, man.
you could already tell they're grooming him to be the top heel of the company.
Oh, yeah.
Once Jericho's done doing his thing, he going to be the top heel of the company.
Yes, and I agree, Gabe. That battle royal was better than the first hour of Raw. Absolutely.
Easily hands down.
All right, let me tell you something. Remember back in the day before everybody had a smartphone in the bathroom, you used to grab a magazine, and you know when you're sitting and doing your duty,
Yep.
that was better than the first half of Raw.
I've read the back of spray bottles that were better than the first hour of Raw.
The Game of Thrones ending was better than the first half of Raw. The Sopranos ending was better than the first half of Raw.
Yep.
Hawaiian pizza was better in the first half.
I've literally watched
course.
paint dry that was better than the first hour of Raw.
All right, I have a question about the Rumble.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment from the Rumble?
Homeboy doing that 450.
The
The WMBT. That was ridiculous.
What the fuck is his name?
How in the hell do you do that?
flippity flips.
Yeah.
What's his name, by the way?
Dustin Thomas.
Dustin Thomas, that's his name. Yes.
Thank you.
Even though Private Party got kind of shafted in that. They're a pretty good tag team in the Indies, and
Who? I'm sorry to cut you off. Big Blue. What the hell's his name?
Which one?
Ace Romeo.
The really, really big guy.
Oh,
flying
Luchasaurus.
around.
Oh, Luchasaurus.
Wow! Wow!
Shout out.
Fun fact. I actually found this out today.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the original Ascension.
Yeah, he was originally
Really?
supposed to be part of the.
He was the original Ascension.
Oh wow.
Yes. A spinal injury caused him to have to, go on the injury list, and while he was injured, they let him go
Oh man.
and recasted the Ascension. But originally, he was one of the members of the Ascension.
And shout out to Austin, man. He was, like I said, if anybody who watches Big Brother or is a Big Brother fan, he was on Big Brother 17. He was the one that was dating.
Ronaldo, I don't think that was a power bomb. That looked like he straight dropped. Janela, shout out to Janela.
Joey Janela.
He takes some bumps. That dude dropped on his head through the table.
He wrestled for like 3 minutes with a cigarette staple gun to his head.
But
Yeah, he did.
that chokeslam thing to the table. He didn't land on his back through that table. He landed on the back of his neck through that
Yeah.
table.
I saw that.
But I've seen some of his stuff. It looks like it's a botch. But
That's his style.
sometimes I think he takes the bumps to make it look like a botch.
Like that superhuman guy?
Yeah,
This is for the gigolos and gigolos.
but no word of a lie.
I like this page on Facebook. I love that kid. Every week, new video.
If you check out some of Janela's stuff on YouTube, and some of the bumps he takes, it looks like, wait a minute, that was a botch. No, it's just the way he takes the bumps.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Superhuman. That kid's awesome. Kids, don't try that out.
How is he not dead, dude? Like,
Now I heard that Pac was originally slated to be the winner of the 21 Battle Royal, but he
you
chose.
cry baby pop?
Yeah, he chose a no-show because of creative differences or visa issues.
Well,
Originally, it was supposed to be him and Hangman.
They call him
Yeah.
the bastard, so he must have daddy issues because
Well-
he's really soft. You know what I mean? Like he's not booked to win, so he's out. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. And
Well,
literally
listen.
legitimate
No,
drive.
listen. No, I gotta defend Pac a little bit here. Okay, there's contradicting reports out there that it's a visa issue, that he couldn't get a visa to work in the States. If you look back, it kind of makes sense. He has not worked in the States since he left the WWE. All his work is
He's been in the Indies.
in the Indies, in the UK, and Japan.
He's done,
He hasn't
he's,
sho-
done, he's done like 1 or 2 spots in America.
No,
Aside
he
from that-
hasn't. It's Canada, UK. He can't. Apparently, he can't get a visa to work in the U.S. for some odd reason. I don't know if it's true or not. But that's the
man's wife is
that's
part of the administration.
that's the other report that. Yeah, she stepped down.
Did she really?
But that's one of the things. There was creative differences. He was going to, lose the page at the pay-per-view, which apparently he did not have a problem with. It was the future losing to Kenny and stuff like that. I guess maybe he has something personal with Kenny. Who knows?
But
But
that's just the thing, though. Kenny
thing-
Omega's not trying to put himself over. He took the loss to Jericho.
yeah, the
Spoiler
thing.
alert.
Sorry, guys. Spoiler.
It's all right. Well, it's all right. We'll get into it in full detail.
But the thing right now is that he just one story says that he walked away, did the Austin Aries. The other one is that he can't get a visa. So we just don't know.
Austin Aries, she's about to be blackballed. He's about to be
Yeah.
Enzo.
He's going back to MLW.
No, he no-showed them.
Already?
He pulled out on them already. He was supposed to debut.
I'm done with
He
Austin.
pulled out on them
I'm
already.
done with him already.
Damn.
AKA Kano from Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, yes. I thought they used him as
The
the.
younger Keno.
Yeah, I was like looking at him like. And somebody put a picture. I'm like, did he stand it? Did they use him for this?
Which is
He needs to claim royalties.
I don't think he's in the
No,
comments
I don't
just
see
yet.
him yet, but
because he can attest to my greatness in that game.
Yeah.
Gabe says Pac looks like a Oompa Loompa that's been swimming in Old Bay seasoning.
Oh, come on! Don't
Started.
get salty on Pac, man.
It's not our fault that Pop did that shit, man.
Well, that's just
I could have seen Hangman
before
versus Pac.
before
Instead
I
of
give
Hangman
him
win the Battle
before
Royal.
I put him in the category Austin Aries, I gotta find out more.
Yeah. If you do go to the AEW page, you do get to see the match that happened in England. So you
Yeah.
do get to see Pac versus Hangman.
And that match was pretty good.
I wanted to see it in that venue.
Yeah, I wanted to see it in that venue as well.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll straighten it out between Pac and AEW because he's a prime talent, and hopefully he won't go the Austin Aries route where he's just like blackballed and gets a negative reputation as being a douche because he doesn't deserve that. But yeah, so Adam Hangman Page, he's the winner. And then after that, we had the first ever official AEW singles match between Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara.
The one thing I didn't like about the show,
Dude,
they gave the cruiserweights the pre-show.
I gave that match.
They gave the cruiserweights the pre-show, man.
They're
Match
middleweights.
really
They're
wasn't
middleweights.
that great.
But
It wasn't that great.
But they gave the cruiserweights the pre-show.
I'm-
What have we been screaming about WWE for the last?
But it
2 years.
It wasn't that good of a match.
But you know what it is, though? The match on the pre-show actually made the most sense because, with all due respect to Sammy Guevara, who has like a YouTube following, who has like a little buzz going on for himself.
Yeah, he's
Kip
not
Sabian
much
being,
known.
Like a European
They're-
wrestler.
yeah, they're both not much
They're
known.
not really known in the U.S. Like I said, Sammy has that little YouTube internet buzz, and it made sense for him on YouTube to wrestle on YouTube. So for me, it was cool. I actually enjoyed
But
it.
the cruiserweights got the pre-show.
middleweights. They're
I
middleweights.
gave it a 2 out of 5, bro. I really did. I
gave
didn't think
it
it was. I thought it was a pretty.
I was actually expecting more, considering the two guys that were going in. That was the most disappointing match. Like most people say, probably the women's match, but no, that one was. But
The women's match was
No, I thought
better than
both
this.
But I was looking at it as they put the cruiserweights on the pre-show. I was like, what the fuck, Cody?
No, personally, I like the match. I just wish it was more time. Did they have like a match time? They said
Stop
around like
Snapchatting
9
me,
minutes
Kyle.
or so.
I think it was like around 9-10
I don't want to be on
Yeah.
your Snapchat timeline.
It was like 9 or 10
You
minutes.
better not put me on that girl filter.
Like personally, I really
You get
wish
the
that
baby
match had
filter.
more time. I really wish they had more time because we got to see a couple cool things from Kip. We got to see a couple cool things from Sammy. I feel like that's a feud that can definitely go much longer, and especially if they're gonna develop a mid card title, I can totally see these two guys in the mix for that belt.
Yeah,
Kip
both
Sabian
guys
came off looking like a star.
both guys are fucking brand new, really, to the scene of wrestling and to the scene of fans around here. Because I tell you right now, ain't nobody know those two guys.
I didn't know.
Maybe,
I knew Sammy. I knew
maybe, maybe Kip, because I've heard it. He's popped up a few times here and there. But I'll tell you right now, unless you follow on YouTube and unless you watch indie stuff, you didn't know who Sammy Guevara was.
No,
Well,
I
that
knew
could be
Sammy.
said
I've
about
seen
half
Sammy a
of this
couple times.
card, though. If you're not into it indies, you're not gonna know who.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people say I didn't know who was on there. Well, I'm
But
not a
it was
fucking wrestling fan.
Spectacular. It blew you away, and the fact that you didn't know who these were made you appreciate it even more. Seeing as how you didn't know what to expect from these guys.
No, see, when anybody who said that, I comment back. Well, I knew who they were because I know how to do research and look on YouTube and watch other things besides the WWE fucking shit show they call Monday Night Raw.
You mean that thing where they have after a great competition
It's not
steps
that
up,
time yet.
they
It's
have
not that time yet.
for about 45 minutes of absolute talk. Not a damn thing happens in that ring. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Talking,
Not to mention, I gave that match a 4.
we're talking wrestling, not the shit break.
You give that a 4?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match.
Your system is broken.
If the match had more time,
Yeah, I give that a 4.
You gave the battle royal a 5?
it was fun.
That battle royal was fun as
I gave it a 3.
Oh, dude, no.
Your ass is fun. Then yours.
You need to check your system. I'm sorry, that battle royal, to go back to it, had spots for everybody.
Yep.
Every time a different group of 5 people came in, something always happened. Everybody had a. And by the way, can we go back and talk about Orange Cassidy, please? Was that not the greatest spot in the Rumble where he came in and was like, kick,
Those kicks were
yeah.
vicious.
kick?
Tommy
Ooh.
Dreamer was walking around with a lip after that match.
Dude, that was, come on, that battle royal was entertaining. When was the last time you saw a battle royal aside from the one at All In that was actually entertaining?
Royal Rumble this year.
Michael Nakazawa, baby oil.
Royal Rumble this
Yeah.
year was pretty good. I got to give WWE that.
Huh?
Royal Rumble this year was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a fast pace.
Which Royal Rumble? The greatest
Not
Royal
the
Rumble,
greatest Royal
the
Rumble.
regular Royal Rumble, the Battle Royals they hold every other week on fucking TV. What the fuck?
Well, Carl, I'm with you on that one. I give that a 4 too.
We're talking about the second. You did not give that match a 4.
Well, I don't do a rating system, but I agree with it. I honestly, the match itself was entertaining. It was good. Well, I honestly have said this before, like while we were watching the pay-per-view, I said I'm seeing moves that I've never seen before, and they're being done correctly.
You gave Ricochet versus Gargano a 4. You're gonna say that match was just as good as that?
it was not just as
So
good
then
as
I don't want to hear a 4.
Yeah.
what it was entertaining.
Yeah, I don't want to hear a 4 if you gave Ricochet Gargano a 4. compared to it.
It's all relative, really.
If you put it in battle royal
How much
terms,
you
then
gonna
yeah.
give it?
What, the Battle Royal?
No, that match, Kid versus Sammy.
I give it like 3.5.
I like his scale.
Same different. A half a point.
Yes. That half a point is another. You don't understand. There's 5 numbers here, okay? That half a point is a lot. There's only 5 numbers here.
Understandable. Okay. I get it.
True.
All right. 3.5.
So-
I'm more with Victor then. There we
Yeah.
go.
So yeah, Kip Sabian scored the pinfall. So two talented athletes. So we'll definitely see more from them. And then we move on to the main card of Double or Nothing. We have the first match of the evening, the 6-man tag team match between SoCal Uncensored.
Why they call me a hater in about 10 seconds.
SoCal Uncensored, the team of Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky versus the OWE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment,
You didn't do it.
Strong Hearts, Shima, T-Hawk, and L. Lindemann.
Hashtag strong.
You gotta say it. You gotta
Oh.
say it with your chest.
Hashtag Strong Hearts.
No. SCU.
Ah, gotcha.
Gotta get him an SCU on that.
Yes. So So
I'll let you guys go first because you're gonna find out why they call me a hater.
So yeah, this was one hell of a showcase between these 6 gentlemen, especially OWE. If you're not familiar with Oriental Wrestling Entertainment, go on YouTube, check out some of their matches.
Gabe, you watch your mouth there,
It's
okay?
out of this world.
AARP.
Let's not talk AARP.
Okay, let's not go there. Okay, Scorpio's the future.
Yep.
Frankie. Okay.
No, Frankie looked great.
And
Frankie
Daniels.
Frankie did his thing.
Okay, I'll give you 2 out of 3.
But age
But-
don't matter. To me, age doesn't
doesn't.
matter. Because you got 2 guys, you got an entire roster or an entire group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn near all of them are over the age of 40 years old. And 2 of them are well over the age of 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they still go out there. They look better than half of the roster that we see on another show.
They really do.
They move better than half of the people we see on another show. And these dudes actually know how to put on a match. They're entertaining as fuck. I'm sorry, but SCU training montages are one of the greatest things on YouTube.
We'll give them that.
It's entertaining. They're good. And they look great. And in the ring, they can move. There weren't really that many botches. Like, if anything, there probably wasn't a botch in that match.
Yeah.
When it came on that end, Scorpio looked like a freaking star. And shout out to Shima. Shima still looks great from the years I haven't seen the guy from when he was in Dragon Gate and stuff. T-Hawk looked great. Letterman, man, that dude, whew, he's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
That little guy's a beast, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of like a mini Minoru Suzuki.
Yes, honestly, he does. No knee pads. If you wrestle with no knee pads, you have issues.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Eddie, can I steal your persona for just a second? Man, that match fucking sucked. That was the worst match of the night. That match was terrible, and I love SCU. I love Christopher Daniels. I'm a huge Frankie Kazarian fan. None of their talents was shown off in this damn match. That match sucked. And in fact, I was with people in the Wrestling Fantasy Warfare group when they were saying that this...
Who?
Exactly. Excuse me. When they were saying that this pay-per-view was starting off slow. That match was horrible. A 1 out of 5, and I do not want to see a rematch.
wait.
Do you know what that match was meant to be, right?
Suck. That's what it meant to be.
That
I lived up to the expectations.
that match-
I had so much hype going into this damn match. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, they're opening up with this. What the fuck was that? That was my reaction at the end of it. That match was terrible.
That was an
You're welcome.
That match was an athletic showcase. There were no losers in that match.
that ma-
None.
Us watching it. We all lost.
Wow.
We wasted 10 minutes of our life in that piece of shit match that they could have put on way better.
Wow.
Way better.
See, you just don't.
I was trying to bury you the weekend.
You didn't even comprehend that whole match.
Want me to
That
comprehend?
match was the
Are you not comprehending what I'm
introduction.
saying?
That match was the introduction of OWE.
No, that was the introduction.
That was a showcase. That was SCU showcasing the Oriental wrestling.
I swear to God, the iconic person Sasha Banks and Bailey would have fit perfectly on this
time
bar.
out, time.
If that is the bar that you were gonna set, that match sucked.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
Please explain to me where it sucked.
Everywhere.
Please.
No.
Because you know what I'm going to say. You're going to throw rocks at somebody with a machine gun. So please, I would love to.
Why don't you go ahead and tell me what you liked about it?
Okay, first off, tag team coordination. They explain.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Did you not see any of the sequences those guys put together?
Did you not watch the Lucha Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks?
Yes,
We'll
I
get
did.
to that. We'll get to that.
Like I said, you're gonna throw rocks at somebody with a machine gun.
No.
OEW.
That's like the ocean to a.
OEW had about 5 or 6. Hold on, time out. Let me explain to you. And this is where I get the philosophical part of it. First off, OEW, we're hitting tag team maneuvers all day long. Second, they were stressing on the fact that now they're introducing a 10-second tag out rule, where instead of 5 seconds, you got 10 seconds to introduce it.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian were crisp on everything. Scorpio Sky looked like a megastar, hitting flips and all this other stuff that we've seen other people do. There is no way in hell that match was horrible.
That match was.
I'll give it a 1.5.
That match was.
I'll bring up a point.
That match was clearly SCU showcasing Oriental wrestling that nobody's even fucking heard of.
No.
They said, listen, guys, nobody's heard about anything you guys have done.
That was
you guys
I'm probably
go
the only
in
person
there.
who ever heard of Shima.
That was very reminiscent of their run at the end of Impact Wrestling when they just
Sir,
didn't care,
do not
bro.
stop.
That's what I would compare that to. It didn't even look like they were trying to me. My perspective.
That's because they.
Call it what you
That's
want to
because
call
that match was supposed to be about the Oriental guys.
The Oriental dudes.
That's why Daniels challenged them, because he was
Oriental?
trying to showcase their style.
Well, I like my ramen noodles chicken, not Oriental.
Hey.
And that is a reason why. You put butter and hot sauce on the chicken noodles, it tastes better than the Oriental.
Shout out to little man. Shout out to his little man. He loves curry, man. I learned that today.
Curry man. Curry man would have made a better match than that. That match sucked.
Great.
No, that match needs to be put in the AEW for things that we do not want to do.
No.
That is an instruction manual of how to start a company.
100%
If that card
disagree.
looked like that motherfucking match, then this would be getting burial of the week. We will be sitting here discussing a horrible card if that whole card looked like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for a third member of the UWO podcast. Kyle is intoxicated. He's drunk.
I mean,
he's been drinking.
And-
that means you're cut off. Then. You gotta
also,
Somebody call this man a fucking Uber.
also, I want to give a shout out to Furman who just joined. I know this is all wrestling tonight, but hey, stay for the fun conversation, Furman. We love you.
You know, Furman's too cool for us.
Yeah.
But get in, you'll learn something new.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, man, this opening match was 13 minutes and 40 seconds of pure raw athleticism. Like, if you come away unimpressed by any of these 6 gentlemen, then you have a screw loose. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and soccer is 90 minutes of athleticism, and nobody watches it. All right, just because you're athletic does not mean that it's good.
Last I checked, the crowd loved it. The live crowd loved it.
Yeah,
because they paid their money to watch it. Yeah. They also love what
You sound like one of those people that said that electric chair segment from Raw was fucking the best thing they've ever seen on fucking wrestling TV.
It was risky.
All right,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he does have brain damage. He cheers for the Iconics.
and he's a Panthers fan, so what are you gonna do? So anyway,
Technically, he's
Right.
a Ravens fan.
That's right, you're a Ravens fan this year.
Shut up.
Yeah. So
Laura's in there.
He's with the flock. Oh, she saw it. Yeah, she mentioned that earlier. Yo, you in the flock, sir.
oh my gosh, but
honestly, though.
so
You really
I actually gave it a 2.5. But can you please read that word to the people there?
in all caps.
Yes.
Expected better.
There you go. No.
It's a blank canvas.
yeah,
That's what it was. This whole show was a blank canvas.
Oh,
He's-
yeah? It's a blank canvas?
Well-
It's not blank anymore. It got a little yellow stain on it from that piss stain that they left, man. That match was horrible.
That sounded really racist there.
that really did.
Good. Once he said piss,
I know, yeah.
he was cool.
No.
It
Yellow
sounded-
stain.
It sounded a little suspect, but
You know, you got somebody who's happy.
These don't always
somebody
reflect
who
the
loves
views
yellow.
of the UWO, ladies and
Have
gentlemen.
you not seen my kids? I can't be racist.
so let's move on.
Ain't no way.
Hey, he's
That makes his mind.
hey, listen,
It would make the situation worse if I kept talking.
he's y'all co-host, so
Go ahead. Say what you gonna say, Carl.
So anyway,
I'm still cool with you, baby. I'm still cool with your baby mamas.
so anyway, 4 out of 5 people got what they wanted from this match. So
No.
and
No. No.
And-
you did not get what you wanted from that match. You just loved it because you liked this damn card. You are trying to boost up this card and get more views for the AEW. Tell the people the truth, Victor. That match sucked.
Okay. Adrian.
Oh!
Toe tag! Somebody.
Shout out to the homie A, man.
Oh, damn.
Somebody had to deliver the truth to these people.
Damn.
All right. So
Mom and Dad are fighting.
let's move on to the second match of the card. It's the Fatal 4-Way match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Nyla Rose, the Native Beast, Kylie Ray, and a surprise entrant, Awesome Kong.
I did like the bait and switch though. The way Brandy came out and then she's like, you know what? I got somebody. I got somebody else.
Yeah, that was a good one. Cause I remember our reaction. Whoa!
We popped.
We did.
We popped
did.
like we were in the arena when we saw Kong pop out. We were like,
we
what
did.
the hell? It was the biggest pop of the night. I can honestly say that. That pop was one of the biggest pops of the night.
Listen, it's my baby's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Nia Jax.
Happy birthday, Nia Jax.
And,
Yeah, get those knees better. Carl's lonely over here, so you know.
Let him be
Thirsty.
No, I will
oh
say.
no, we thirsty.
I will say, Awesome Kong is Nia Jax with talent.
Byrd!
Boom.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Mr. Byrd?
Nia's not on welfare. You little queen.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Gentlemen, the show
But
just
no.
started.
I do want to say shout outs to you and Dina for allowing us to watch the event at your house. I want
Yes.
to make sure we got that clear.
Oh, I owe you
Oh,
20
yeah.
bucks.
Huh?
I owe you $20.
You didn't come.
Oh,
I would chip in.
also, Gabe said that Kyle didn't get what he wanted out of that match, just like he can't get his hair back.
Damn.
Dave, hold up. You are talking to some gentlemen here.
I mean,
Okay, all right. That coming from somebody who's just like lips are still moist from titty milk. You know what I mean? When you grow,
I think that's.
meaning he's young, bro.
well,
Damn, man.
You mean
Get
the
your,
breast smelling like
is your mind ever not in the gutter?
Sir.
so,
Your mind has been in the gutter since birth.
Well, you know what?
Like you came out and was like,
Gary,
So-
you're never politically correct.
First
Just
words,
remember
but
that.
that's what she said.
so I will say that the Fatal 4-Way was definitely a big showcase for Dr. Britt Baker. She's definitely going to be the flagship star of the women's division
Baker
in
versus Ray
AEW.
is going to be a big rivalry. At the
That
end of
is.
that match, they took over.
They-
oh yeah, that. Ooh, I hate to
That's
say
how
it,
you
but
set the bar.
I hate to say
that
it,
should have been the opening
but
match.
by midway through that match, the Nyla and Kong weren't even fucking necessary.
Yeah, I think
That-
I honestly think they
That
botched
that
Nyla Rose.
that
Yeah,
match was more of a Britt Baker versus Kylie Ray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think they botched Nyla Rose because
Yeah.
this could have been her showcase and her breakout moment. And
She's going to be up and coming, bro.
she's going to be up and
gonna
coming.
be a
Yeah.
work-
Yeah.
I totally
Give it
agree with
time,
that.
give it time.
Give her time, but I think that on this event,
See,
she got overshadowed by Kong. Even though Kong's surprise was fucking awesome. Like everybody, we've all been wondering,
I'm not
why
gonna
hasn't
lie.
she come back?
I was legitimately shocked. Like I watched it after you guys. That match because you guys watched it live. That match I had to watch.
Oh no, Gabe, don't do that, Gabe. Don't be one.
But no, overall it was good. I thought it was fun.
Damn.
Will you
Smiley Kylie is what Bailey should have been, in my opinion.
Gabe,
Yeah.
She's what Bailey
you're
should
gonna
have
get kicked out of an AEW arena for that.
And plus, I will say, like, Kylie Ray, for her, like, the money is in the chase for her. Like she's definitely like that bubbly baby face, like kind of Bailey-esque,
Yeah,
but
exactly. We were saying that. We actually
Yeah.
said
Oh
that
yeah,
before.
she's definitely gonna be that one that's constantly chasing, and then when it drives you to the point of insanity, she'll finally win.
yeah. And when she finally wins, the roof will like be torn off the
it's gonna
place
go.
too.
And the one thing I can say about her, when the whole, and I know people are going to compare her to Bailey a bunch of times, the difference between them two is Kylie has the mean streak in a match where she can flip that switch and turn pissed off the way Bailey hasn't done it yet, and that we've always wanted Bailey to do.
Nick Thomas.
And this isn't a shot at Bailey because I'm a Bailey fan too, and I think she's great.
Oh, yeah.
But when people are going to compare the two, the only thing that Kylie has over Bailey is the mean streak. The thing that Bailey has over Kylie is that ass. I had to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, like they added Nyla Rose into this match. Originally, it was supposed to be just Britt Baker versus Kylie,
Yeah.
and they added her in because she was like the third female to sign to AEW, so they just wanted to showcase her.
Yeah.
And then adding Kong, I feel they could probably maybe had Nyla Rose have a mystery opponent, but I could probably see maybe they're working Kong and her later on and everything.
Yeah, I can see
but not Kylie and Britt stole that match from them too.
Kong was the one that done because they didn't even know she signed to All Elite.
No, she's scheduled for Friar Festival.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Fighter Festival.
And also, I
I don't know why.
also I do hope that.
Not yet, but I do have to. I will watch it.
Yeah.
I will watch it soon.
Also, I do hope that like Brandy Rhodes is not going to play the way beyond played out heel authority figure because there were kind of shades of that. So I hope that that's not going to be her character moving forward as well.
They're teasing her and Allie. I know her and Allie are supposed to fight pretty soon too. And
Yeah, Allie was on commentary. Like, I'm like, get your ass in the ring, Allie.
yeah, they didn't book it for the main show, but I guess I'm assuming she's gonna play the heel. If you guys see the interaction between her and MJF and the cursing back and forth, Brandy's gonna be a heel eventually.
I mean, she pulls up a minute good spear.
Yeah, she does. Her spear is amazing, by the way. It's better than some people's spears. I'll say that much. But no, I mean honestly, I didn't want to say it. But no, I think Brandy versus Allie would be interesting. But I do see Brandy going down more of that heel road.
Oh yeah.
So
But real quick, big shout outs to B Rob. He just tuned in, host of the Random Ramblings with Rob show and Wrestling is Trash. As
shout out to B Rob.
we were a guest
What up,
on
B-Rob?
before- Well, I was a guest on both shows, and he actually just said, "Where was it? Kylie has a butterbeer leather glove face." That wasn't nice.
That's
Come
not
on,
nice.
man. Insulting women for their looks. You know, that's just wrong.
So yeah, four talented athletes in the AEW women's division. So hopefully we'll definitely see more of them in the future holding it down. Britt Baker, definitely a top star.
Nia
We're going to see
Jax.
more of her moving forward. And I gotta say, these are top flight women's athletes.
Security
So
guards.
rather than pushing like comedy tag teams from Australia or
Whoa!
Comedy.
What is so comedy about
They're not- the
you
sad part-
wanted this,
no.
okay? The women's tag team championship.
You
wanted them.
You guys are the
wanted them.
authority.
You were holding up signs.
You were there.
You were chanting them. And now we went to WrestleMania with a athletically gifted and
Duo.
I'm telling you.
Comedic timing.
Stellar on the mic.
Amazing.
Absolutely classic up in the ring. Ring generalship, top notch athletes.
They are the best tag team in the world, Craig.
I was going to do that with y'all.
It's like, who the champs? Who the champs?
Where are the champs?
How many matches have they won?
Where?
Huh?
Did they win at WrestleMania?
They won enough to become champions.
So does Reiner and Hawkins won at WrestleMania too.
That's right.
Okay, so
you.
Are they still the Raw Tag Champs?
Yeah.
Who?
yeah,
But not only did they
But
win
they
it-
don't get TV time. But you know who gets TV time?
not the Iconics.
They do. Because last I saw, they were on SmackDown yesterday walking around with belts.
And Raw.
They got him.
Sir.
They got shade thrown at them by fucking Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Huh?
Who?
Who?
Do they have belts?
You mean Miss I couldn't grab
I mean,
a
Becky
title?
used to have
for
two
last-
belts.
Hey,
The Iconics
hey.
have two belts.
I don't see the Iconics on any magazine covers.
Yeah, because they have championships to defend.
You know?
We do have two comments here. Gary Threat says that the Iconics are breathing life in the women's tag division.
What up, my
Thank
man
you,
Gary?
Gary. We love you.
Obviously, the women's tag division has no lungs.
Exactly. And Nick Thomas says, is that still a thing? They might as well throw them titles in the dumpster like they did Sammy.
Sir.
Yeah.
Nick.
How dare you, Nick? What do
Nicholas.
you expect from us?
Yeah, we're calling you
Sad
Nicholas.
Sad part is, I said the second they put those belts on the Iconics, that they were going to go to shit.
Yeah.
They were going to go to shit. But these guys were like, no, it's going to be wonderful.
Quick
It's
question.
going to
I
be
know
the
we're
best.
talking to AEW, but what have you seen more? The women's tag team championships or the United States title? Oh, wait, that's not being defended. Or the IC title. Oh, wait, that's not being defended either. Holy
I'm sorry.
crap.
What about the Universal Championship?
Who?
You know, we got
What
a
is
full-time champion.
Huh?
Full-time champion.
Who?
He defended it. He defended it.
Listen.
At Money in the Bank.
Listen,
Did he defend it on Raw?
when R-Truth
SmackDown.
is putting more championship work than any other champion in your company, you know you got some
I
fucking
will
trouble.
get it.
Our Truth's on fire. What you talking about? Give our Truth a chance. Work.
Well,
Yeah, actually did
well,
work.
let's,
Ronaldo.
Shit,
Ronaldo.
we actually got that one to go with.
well,
We were
I will say, Brian, Kyle, let's talk about a tag team that's actually worth giving a damn about. Let's talk about Let's talk about the next match on the card. The Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Hang on. I gotta say this. Gotta say this. I called the Best Friends winning. Give me a high five.
High five. That's right.
Okay.
Best friends.
Best friends.
I love.
Can I just say, Angelico and Jack Evans, motherfuckers, they saw you out in a black hole. Them shits were bright.
Everybody had on neon green.
If they got sucked into a black hole, we could still see them motherfuckers glowing.
Man.
Okay, the power could have gone out, and you would have seen the flippity flip still going. Because them shits were hurting my eyes looking at them. I'm like, I thought Smiley Kylie's shirt was bright. I looked at that, I was like, God damn, I gotta wear shades to watch this match.
I'll say this about this match because I've been following Jack Evans since ROH Vulture Squad.
That's my man.
Yeah,
said.
he talks a lot of shit.
Yo, Jack Evans is the shit. I'm sorry. He was Mr. 630 before Ricochet was getting his buzz and Jody Fleiss and all them dudes. And he can sell his ass off, man. I love Jack. And
A little oversell for me. That's why I gave it a 4.
That's what Jack Evans is.
But see, my thing is with
Yeah,
Jack
I
is,
always know that. That's my only gripe with Jack Evans.
but he's so tiny. That's why to me it works because he's a guy you could throw around and look like he can hurt himself.
But-
and Best Friends are just awesome.
That's the thing that kills me. A lot of people say the same thing. That's the problem with the Jack Evans. But Dolph Ziggler oversells like a goddamn fucking motherfucker. We love him.
The Rock
He
oversold.
should be champion.
Mr. Perfect definitely oversold.
Shawn
Michaels oversold.
Oh, shit.
Triple H's 10 minutes standing in the ring after a boot to the face.
That was one time he did
but it was amazing. You're also like,
Ric Flair oversells things. Like, the greatest ever. And overselling's an art form, man.
But I will say this about that match. It was very fast-paced. Everybody looked... The only person to me who didn't look good in the match was Angelico. I felt like he was stuck in second gear and didn't want to go into...
I felt like he was like the prop for Jack Evans.
Yeah, he was the only one that I felt didn't go out the gates
He
bursted.
should have
But
been
Jack
in that SCU match.
Jack looked great.
Yeah, and Angelico,
I know y'all saw Gabe's comment.
he def...
It's they
Is he
wrestled
talking
together.
a lot of shit again, man?
They wrestled together. Honestly, and Best Friends, Chucky T, the Kentucky Gentleman, is awesome. Trent Beretta is just... they're both dicks. And they're best friends at the same time, and it's beautiful. The whole crowd was holding hands.
Yeah, you need some cheers.
That's friendship, man.
Yeah,
Every time they embrace in the ring, it's in the Okada fade away, camera zoom. Like, come on.
It's starting to sound like him over Finding Dory.
okay,
Hey,
Did you cry over Finding Dory, bro?
calm down with the Chuck and Billy 2.0.
I had like a tear.
No. See, they're not
No.
gay for each other. They're friends.
Wait a minute.
All right, so they're...
Yes.
Wait a minute. I got it. Spoil it. It's been a month and a half, right? Did you cry when Tony Stark died?
I did. I did, man.
Victor's so sensitive.
Listen, man. I cried throughout the end of Endgame. Like when we saw old Captain America there, I was like, and he gave, Sam Wilson the shield. I was like, I cried for 2 hours after that movie, man.
Jesus. Yeah, you did.
I cried on the drive home.
He cried on the podcast when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Gary, I am with you on that. The day Roppongi Vice broke up, I was so sad, but...
Oh,
Trent's a heavyweight.
Trent's
Trent's a
heavyweight.
heavyweight.
Than Iron Man, by the way. Sorry for switching.
Well, no, because Trent and Rocky were the original Roppongi. Now
That was
it's
the
Roppongi
homie.
3 Craig.
No, that was the homie.
Yeah.
But now when Trent went to heavyweight, man, it really was a sad moment when Trent finally said, Rocky, I'm doing my own thing.
Gabe said Chuck and Billy's on the tag team.
They are not anywhere near Chuck and Billy.
No.
They are
He
not
said
shaving each
Chuck
other's
and...
back.
No, Chuck and...
No.
It's a
They're
tag
best
team that we
They're
don't...
best friends. They're not homies.
Didn't
They're
they
best
get
friends.
married on that segment?
They almost got married.
Almost. They had Bishop
Yeah.
ruined it.
Yeah.
But hey, they never were shaving each other's backs.
That's right.
Yeah.
So fuck the revival. I get that in there.
Well, Cody already said that on the show.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
He actually
I-
just want them on AEW.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, they took shots at the revival. No, they're friends with the revival. They want the revival to get fired. They want the revival to... There's a contract already waiting for them at AEW.
They turned down some
And-
money from WWE.
And And you know what? Like
Vince knows this. That's why he's holding them hostage.
Yeah, and you know, if the revival had the revival turned down the WWE's contract, like this would have been the perfect spot for them to debut when the lights went out.
Would have been beautiful.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect spot. Like the crowd would have went ape shit, but instead you had the Super Smash Brothers, and they came out to chants of "Who are you?"
I love
Yeah.
as
It was fun, but it was definitely like nobody knew who they were.
Yeah,
that was more for someone like me who's a diehard, watch everything, don't care. I know these people.
But you don't know wrestling.
Huh? Yeah, but I don't know wrestling. It's for what I heard.
See, the Smash.
You guys can even say during the match, right? Did I not call Jack Evans' back elbow out of the ring? Did I not call that midway through the match?
I think you did. Yeah.
I literally knew it was coming. I know who the Super Smash Bros. Are. I didn't know they turned into what they are now.
I didn't know they were the evil ones.
Yeah, I didn't know they turned evil. But damn, Uno and Dos, holy crap.
Go ahead, man.
Y'all can keep going.
Oh,
Keep going.
Yeah.
We're just being thirsty over here.
Oh, Uno and Dos killed it. I think that what they presented to us was something different. It wasn't just, the lights go out, attack. It was the lights go out, you see the guys, lights go out, attack.
What's up, Jan?
And then it was just a huge, it was a beatdown that we don't really see. And then the human throne at the end where the minions were all in position and Uno and Dos are just sitting there on the guys. To me, it gave a visual. It was something visually different that we don't see all the time.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. And it went dark. And I enjoyed the darkness.
Somebody's out there.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No, like I said, it was.
You don't understand.
I liked it.
Ever since he just
It's
crashed
just
the
everybody
podcast,
was
I've always
familiar
liked
with the good guys,
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers, and that when they came in the heel version, everybody's like, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
And you know something? The fact that people are wondering who they are, what does that mean? They're going to research, or they're going to wait till the next show to wait till they see them again until they figure out who these guys are. Storytelling, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
some people will. Other people will be like,
I'm done. Fuck this. I don't know who that one guy was. I can't watch this.
I don't know.
I
who
will
these people
say-
are. I'm no longer viewing this event.
I will say, hopefully, the Smash Brothers can keep their name because otherwise, Nintendo, if they get a wind of them, then cease and desist letters, man. Nintendo's
then
strict
that'll be
with
the
that.
Super Smash
They've been running around
Brothers.
with. They've been running around using that Super Smash Brothers for a
They've been around
while
for years.
now.
They've been around for
years.
Yeah, they've been indie.
Oh,
So
they've
yeah,
been indie.
once they're on TV, then that might be a different
Shout out
story.
to Chikara,
Yeah.
man. Chikara always has some.
Or-
If you ever have a chance to watch it, it's one of those you don't want to tell people you watch it, but when you watch it, you're actually entertained by it.
Yeah.
I do this once a week.
They had a guy with a box. They had a guy who used to
Shout out
wrestle
to
in the box.
Steve. Shout out to Steve Ryder.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve
Ryan,
Ryder,
yeah.
who's
I'm sorry.
actually now a downloadable character on Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yep. Fire
Hold
Pro
on,
Wrestling
hold on.
Our
World.
guest on the show is a downloadable character for Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
High five.
Boom.
We made it.
Yeah. And so now. Yep. And so now we're at the midway point of our show. So let's give a quick shout out once again to our sponsor, Studio Regent Headphones.
The iconics of headphones.
Sir.
Said it wrong.
I'm sorry. The iconics.
Now I have to take an extra piss because these guys want to.
Oh, well, I can get my own microphone. You guys want to do it, or do you want us to boss this again?
Go ahead. Go ahead. We do it every week.
Yeah, but you guys are getting better. Every week you get better. You get better. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would just feature us at the center of this table, you will see the studio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You just went all the way through my damn promo.
I apologize.
All right, no, man. Listen,
It's okay, we have another chance.
This is a great
It's
promo
not
I was
like
doing.
people are
This is
watching
a
us live.
This is a pipe bomb I'm dropping.
Correction. People are watching us live. Go ahead.
People are watching us live. All right.
Take two.
Can I get it out? All right. These are the Studio Regent headphones, ladies and gentlemen. And if you will see, they are sleek, stylish, and comfortable. They also offer a 48-hour battery life, Bluetooth compatible. And if you enter the Codex Prime podcast, Codex podcast, enter the promo code, you will get 15% off of your order on these already affordable and stylish headphones. And as always,
Free shipping in the USA.
got it.
All right.
Alrighty. All right, so we get to what is Carl's favorite segment of the UWO podcast, which is the
That is the story on how they got their name.
Is it really?
That's really the story. It's really based on that song.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Did not know that.
yeah.
I've been Go ahead, Kyle. Do the intro to your segment.
Huh? Okay. You want to do it now?
No, it's good. Yeah.
All right. Fans of the UWO podcast, you already know what time it is when we go halfway through the show. It's about time that we bury somebody, and this is the point when us. Where we go ahead and pull a Vince McMahon and we bury talent that's already been buried. We let you guys know exactly why they're buried, how they're buried, and why they have been on our heads to go ahead and bury. And we're not saying it's the end of your career. We're just saying this is the end of your current run. And right now, we're going to start off and show you how it's done with one of the best at doing this, Mr. Angry Fan himself.
Why do I got to go first?
Because you're going to hit everything.
Why? Because I got to shit on everybody?
Yeah, no, actually,
I'll be right back.
from his burial, he's going to go last.
No. If I got to go first, fuck that. Puppets, get in this fucking hole. Okay, WWE, get in this fucking hole.
Yeah, I gotta keep
Okay? Everybody, get in this fucking goddamn hole. Because you know what? I'm at the point now where y'all don't deserve wrestling. Y'all don't deserve shit. The unbridled fucking hate after Saturday. Oh, this is copying WWE. Oh, look, their cameras are set up the same way. Their rings set up the same way. What the fuck? Have you watched any other fucking wrestling show? Of course the ring is. It's a square fucking ring. Unless you're going to old Impact days and you got the 6 sides.
Or Triple A.
Are you surprised by a square fucking ring? Oh, the camera angles are the same. What were you expecting? Camera angles from the sky? Maybe they have a fucking GoPros on and you get POV vision of it?
Turnbuckle cam.
You know, maybe a camera up the ass. Is that where the fucking wrestler...
The referee cam?
The Bronco Buster.
What the fuck were you expecting? Oh, they got some cheap pyro. WWE got zero pyro.
Unless you go to Saudi or Olway.
At least they spent a few dollars on some cheap pyro.
That's because the Saudi prince paid for it.
But no, WWE. Oh, we got to get rid of pyro. It's costing us $10,000 to do a pyro at a show. AEW spent $100. They spent $100 on that pyro. I tell you that right now. Okay, we've seen better pyro at fucking on 4th of July. Oh, the matches were too long. That one blew my fucking mind. The matches were too long. You enjoy 1 minute squash matches?
I'm sorry, I work quick at WrestleMania.
You enjoy 5-minute matches of headlocks and that's it? Oh, it's a bunch of old WWE guys. No shit! WWE's been the only company to go to for 20 fucking years. But I don't see nobody in WWE. Oh, WWE's a bunch of Ring of Honor guys. Because right now, if you look at WWE's top roster, what do you got in there? Ring of fucking Honor. ROH is running WWE. But no, AEW's got WWE guys. Oh, they got a bunch of nobodies and has-beens I never heard of. Well, no shit, because all you do is watch on fucking Monday.
Sometimes Tuesdays.
But see them ratings? No, they only watch on Monday, and that's not even the whole show on Monday. They only watch about half the fucking show anyways. But no, it wasn't what I expected. What the fuck did you expect from that first show?
A wrestling show, right?
But no. You're excited by the fact that WWE gives you a fucking 2-minute squash match of a fucking goddamn title defense. Oh, that gets me hard. Oh, Roman going, oh yeah, I love that. Yeah. No, I love Brock Lesnar doing this. Yeah, Brock. Yeah. Are you fucking serious?
Baby shark.
Yeah, you enjoy that shit, right? No, but you didn't like what AEW did. It's mind-boggling. It really is. Like, I literally quit a wrestling group that was named All Elite Wrestling because none of them motherfuckers on there were fucking wrestling fans. They literally were shitting on everything. From the stage looks like a TNA, like TNA's old stage. What were you expecting? A stage where they come out, fucking do the fucking pillars and fly down to the ring and shit? What were you expecting? Jetpacks into the ring? Like, people were like, oh.
That would be cool.
I had high expectations. What fucking high expectations? What were you expecting? The granddaddy of them all?
Don't worry, I'm CPR certified if something happens to Eddie.
But no, you weren't happy. You got 4 hours of fucking wrestling. Each match. What was the shortest match on there? Like 10 minutes? And that was the pre-show match, correct? The shortest match and that fucking card was a pre-show match. Damn cruiserweights again. But they got 10 minutes.
Middleweights.
Okay, WWE, 8-hour WrestleMania. You gave us a 1-minute match.
I work quick.
58 seconds.
8 hours. You gave us 58 seconds. But yet in 4 hours we got multiple fucking like 20, 30-minute matches. But no, you weren't satisfied. You're not satisfied. You're not. There's people saying that
I'm gonna move this for you.
that the electric chair segment was better than some of the stuff that AEW. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you telling me that you enjoyed an hour of nothing?
Hey,
Of nothing.
Hey, sir.
Okay. At this point, fans do not. You fans do not deserve wrestling. You don't deserve Ring of Honor, New Japan, AAA, Lucha Underground. You don't deserve Chakra, Stardom. You AEW, WWE, ECW, WCW, fucking NWA, fucking WWF, WWCCCW. You don't deserve none of that shit.
And
none of them.
Do they even get Impact?
No.
Okay.
No. You don't deserve backyard wrestling on public access channel anymore. Like, you're not fucking happy. This is why WWE sucks. This is why WWE sucks. Because you're not happy. You're not happy. Tell me this is not true. Last pay-per-view. We want Kevin Owens to be champion.
Turn this higher.
This pay-per-view. We want Dolph Ziggler to be champion. Next pay-per-view. We want Mama fucking Becky Lynch to be champion.
Sir, do not disgrace
What
her
the
name.
fuck?
She is a saint. Shout out to Big E and his apron with her face on it.
Okay.
Still.
What the? Like, and then on top of that, you guys literally are writing Dean Ambrose out of the history. You gave him the motherfucker that literally said they should write him out the history book like they did Chris Benoit because he showed up. Yeah, fuck you. Dean Ambrose is dead. Jon Moxley showed up at AEW.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, but no, it's a work. Oh, he's coming back to WWE. It's a work. They gave him he's a Grand Slam champion. He's one of the best men. He never got a proper push. Yeah, he shows up. Fuck him. He doesn't exist. Oh, WWE gave him his chance. No, because ZZW was nothing, right? No, he didn't have shit on the indies before WWE, right?
Heartland Wrestling?
No. But WWE gave him his chance.
Even on Impact.
WWE gave him his chance. Oh, WWE gave him all their chance. Yeah, if I recall, the Bucks said, fuck you. Kenny said, fuck you. Jericho said, fuck you. Jon Moxley literally pulled his pants down and said, kiss my ass. Then went on a podcast and said, kiss it again, bitch. The dirty part.
And please, if y'all haven't listened to
yeah,
my podcast.
y'all ain't happy. Y'all ain't happy. Oh, AEW wasn't what I expect. What the fuck did you expect? What were you expecting? Fucking puppets dancing in the ring?
You saw Steve's comment?
Joe Pesci. Do I make you laugh?
Funny guy, right?
Is it funny?
He's a funny guy.
Oh my goodness.
But truthfully, that was what you fans were supposed to be my final rant. But you know what? You motherfuckers deserve to be in there with the tag team division of WWE, with the Iconics, with the fucking. Shut up! The Iconics are in that fucking dumpster. Okay, you deserve to be in there. Yeah, with heavy machinery in there. Okay, because
You gotta do it.
Tucky, I'm coming. We're gonna lose.
Did y'all see him hump the hell out of the air yesterday? Just, like a jackrabbit. I love. Oh, this is another national treasure. He's going on that list.
Yeah, national treasure in the fucking Burial Hall of Fame. Okay, but no, you enjoy watching Shane McMahon sweat cutting a promo over AEW? Is that what you enjoy? You enjoy watching another McMahon sit up there and sweat? Because, man, that boy was sweating worse than Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley put together. And he was
I get hot.
And he was cutting a promo. But no, AEW was entertaining. Double or Nothing was not good. What the... Like, the comments really were mind-boggling. Like, people were like, "Oh, I was expecting something different." What what were you expecting? Nobody does anything much different. Every show, everybody's got the kind of same setup, hard camera, other angles, entrance music, a stage, stairs. Some port companies have pyro on like the billion-dollar companies.
Here we go. I got one for you. Ready? I'm gonna trigger you right now.
Entrance music.
I gotta trigger Eddie really quick. They copied WWE because Dustin Rhodes bled.
That was one of my problems right there.
That was the greatest one I heard.
Yes.
That was the greatest one. That was the greatest one I heard. They copied WWE.
They reenacted the legendary Stone Cold bloody mask. Are you fucking shitting me? I'll name wrestler fucking Ric Flair and kind of trademark that shit. Okay, Dusty, he was known to have a bloody mask himself.
You got a final rant coming.
If I recall the attitude,
you gotta do burials.
Okay.
Why you put it?
Okay. If I recall the Attitude Era, we saw.
The dream is here, baby.
But and no, I bet you right now there's some puppets sitting there saying that the dream is not entertaining. That the dream is not that good. Some of you puppets aren't even happy with the dream.
Let them know, Vic. Let them know.
Are you gonna sing your national anthem right now, man?
We'll save that for later.
Eddie. The dream was in the other room. And he heard everything you had to say about the main roster of the WWE. And the dream says you are right. That's why the dream is begging, Hunter, if you're listening, don't call me up. Don't call me up to the main roster, please.
I've said it. Hunter, whenever Vince says, "Oh, who's ready to get called up?" You say, No. They all suck. Everybody down there sucks. I'm sorry, Vince. They're all trash. I don't know what I'm doing. Protect NXT like it's one of your children. Pretend that NXT is one of your daughters and protect that shit. Okay? Protect that shit.
Eddie, you got a final rant coming up, bro. It's okay, man. All right.
Oh, we gotta let one of them go next, cause damn.
Y'all wanted me to go first. I told you.
Damn it, Kyle!
I told you, motherfuckers, stop letting me go first.
I can't even.
And just to let y'all know, yes, I am on blood pressure medication now. So do not worry, I'm not going to drop.
All right, maybe I should have said Brian. Show us how to bury it. Well, hey Victor, good luck.
Oh, yeah.
You're up next.
I'm up next?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, my burial is...
Let him know, Dream.
The Dream's burial is positively sedate in comparison to Mr. Ortiz's impassioned rant.
Now, for of us that repeated the 12th grade, can you just define that word?
My burial of the week is really calm and not at all.
You repeated the 12th grade? I didn't even got that far.
But yeah. Oh, and yes, Gabe. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. That's going to be a legit match.
That should be a clue when a motherfucker says, "I'd rather go back."
Yeah.
That there's something in trouble. No, it's all great. It's all wonderful. Let go. Vince is a master genius.
My burial of the week goes to Vince McMahon and the WWE creative team.
Was you listening?
No, he's piling on. He's piling on.
Oh, okay, pile on. Go ahead.
But
we could do fucking 3 days worth of shows on that. Just that alone.
But more specifically, these are points brought up by Jon Moxley's interview with Chris Jericho on today's episode of Talk Is Jericho, where Moxley talked about the creatively stifling process behind he was trying to come up with creative ideas for his character, and Vince pigeonholed him as this wacky, goofy guy. He even gave him a line which involved a pooper scooper, where he was where Moxley as Ambrose was playing a drummer.
Scooper.
like playing a germaphobe. And like Moxley explained how he had to fight tooth and nail just to get that pooper scooper line out. And then on top of that, Vince wanted him to say something even worse about Roman Reigns' leukemia diagnosis, which was reportedly so bad that WWE could have lost sponsors. Which part of me makes me wish that he did say that line so that WWE can get in so much hot water, but then Ambrose would have taken some heat too, so that would have been fair on him. But yeah, my burial is with the WWE creative team and Vince McMahon, because one simple fact is that these performers, it's not, and writers, it's not about saying lines and taking the money. When you're performing, when you're embodying a character, whether it's in the ring or on the stage or in front of, or on the TV set or on a film set, you have, as an actor, as a performer, you have special insight into your role. You have special insight into what makes your character tick, how your character thinks, how your character reacts to certain situations. And as an actor, you don't just say lines on a page. As an actor, as a performer, you make choices on set. You make choices in the ring. That's where it's not just about the writers in the wrestling business. It's about collaborations between what a writer comes up with, but more importantly, what the performers come up with. Because the performers, they're performing these characters day in and day out. So there should be the first and foremost authority on how their characters should be promoted, how their characters should be presented. But the way Vince McMahon does his thing is that he rewrites and constantly rewrites the scripts, which are badly written enough to begin with as it is. You have a bunch of wrestlers who are forced to drive in lanes that they don't belong to. So like Dean Ambrose, he was pigeonholed as a guy who does hokey shit, and Moxley, he's the guy who's 100% against hokey shit. They tried to make him as, Bane from Dark Knight Rises with the germaphobe cosplaying thing, having him getting shots in his ass and all this.
That story.
That storyline. Yeah, like Dean Ambrose, when he turned heel last year, that was the perfect opportunity to turn him into like a vicious, no nonsense heel, like somebody who's like ripshit, who can push the limits of the PG rating. Could have went straight into TV-14 territory. But you could see, like listening to the Talk Is Jericho interview, if you go back on those segments that he played, you could tell like Dean Ambrose was like dying inside. You could tell he was like, man, can you believe they got me saying this shit on TV? Like he was like 2 seconds away from looking dead in the camera and saying that.
It's all stuff that I had pointed out while I was watching on the thread, like it doesn't look like he wants to do this. Oh, Dean loves it. You don't know what you're talking about. Vince is a genius.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. No.
Yeah.
I just sit here and turn red for no fucking reason.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, he was like tomato red too, bro.
So yeah, like
I don't want that. Listen, I'm the closest one to you here. I don't want to have that conversation with your mama.
You know she whoop your ass too, right?
Exactly.
She has whooped his ass.
She her son, so that gives her full leeway to do it.
yeah. So yeah, WWE. Like you don't even have to look very far. Look at NXT. Look at how the Velveteen Dream how Patrick Clark presents his character, the Velveteen Dream, perfect to the nines. Every single moment that the Velveteen does is true. Ambiance, atmosphere, illumination, experience. Yes.
Yeah, I pledge allegiance to the Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know it's bad. Okay, when a Grand Slam champion is talking this shit.
Yeah.
And a legend in Jericho is co-signing this shit.
Yep.
Okay, when a Hall of Fame lead writer decides to take a backseat and go to NXT instead of working on a lead show, you know it's fucking bad.
One.
Road Dogg went to fucking NXT.
Yeah, Road Dogg.
Yeah.
One.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Malenko gone.
Malenko jumped shit, and it's also telling too, like Tyler Breeze, like I just mentioned, he's back in NXT. Like they got him like faffing about on the main roster with Fashion Files, which he admittedly had its funny moments.
I
but
liked Fashion Files, bro.
Yeah, Fashion Files was funny, but we all knew that Tyler Breeze was capable of way more.
And we all knew the Fashion Files wasn't going to go nowhere besides a few comedy skits, and then that runs its course, and they don't do nothing fresh with it. So it just, well, fans don't like it no more. Let's do something else. Bury them motherfuckers.
Yeah. So again, like, WWE, like Vince, like you got to step down, man, because at this point, WWE will never ever get better creatively as long as Vince McMahon is running the ship and as long as he has the final word.
Even if he doesn't step down, bro, why don't you take a step back? Let Triple H, who is obviously showing you that he has what it takes with the WWE, NXT UK, with the NXT basically take over, destroying the main roster event every single time they put on the same weekend. Apparently, this man has an eye for talent. He knows how to utilize it. He has puts on a great show. Do you remember the Cruiserweight Classic? I mean, dude, it's
still the best tournament that they had.
Are you kidding me? Dude, this dude knows what he is doing. He had people chanting to sign people who were losing in the group.
Yeah.
By the way,
twice.
Where the hell is Cedric?
Huh? He running around looking like a jackass too?
No. He is the main event champion because that's all he's been on. It's the fucking main event show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Vince, the WWE creative, listen to your talent. They are the first and foremost authority on their characters and their art. You're getting in the way. You're stifling their creativity, and it's no wonder why WWE is so toxic, and it's no wonder why Triple H reportedly is miserable every single week, to the point where he's consoling NXT call-ups. So Vince and the creative team, y'all are buried. Get your shit together and listen to your talent.
I think Vince is about to earn a Hall of Fame honor.
Man, and I tell you right now, anybody who hasn't listened to that Talk is Jericho, listen to it. Yeah. Because he says it right in there. They got writers that don't even know who the fuck the character is that they're writing for. They don't even know the person they're writing for. They just told, listen, write something out for somebody. Mm-hmm. And it's literally just being handed to this person saying, oh, this random writer just wrote something for you. Like, I have said it from day one. Every promo that has sucked, that anybody has cut, is because you could tell it was written for them and they're trying to fucking say it word for word. But any promo that has been fire, that people are like, yo, that was fire, you could tell was from the heart or have more input from said wrestler. I'll give you a prime example. The two good promos Roman Reigns has had in his 6-year career have been from the heart. Every other Roman Reigns promo has been Vince McMahon. Okay, my robot, go out there and read this.
First of all,
shut your mouth.
I got two words that will end yours.
Roman Reigns.
No matter what you say, I had two words that will end it.
What?
Tater tot.
No, put it this way. The man
Well,
went out there and said,
Succotash.
suffering succotash.
Yeah.
That disqualifies Roman Reigns for ever cutting a promo again.
Hey.
At least Dean had the balls to say, listen, pooper scooper, I can't say that shit.
Yeah.
At least he had the balls to be like, I can't say that shit. No, Roman was like, oh, all right, boss, I'll go out there and say suffering succotash.
Tater tot.
Just so you guys know, before you continue, Roman Reigns is top 5 dead or alive, and that's just off one WWE. You got to think, man. You got to think. Let me put this list out there. Okay, you guys can disagree or agree. Okay? The number 1 wrestler of all time, Roman Reigns. Number 2 wrestler of all time is Ric Flair. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
We really need to drug test.
We just lost.
We was about to have people sit outside waiting for him to come outside to jump him.
Catch me outside.
He was trying to put Rick. He was trying to put Roman above Rick. Like,
nah, come on, man. We had that debate last week, man. The top 3 wrestlers of all time are all Ric Flair.
Oh man,
that's just what it is.
So.
Yes, Ronaldo. SmackDown. At this rate, SmackDown will be back on Sci-Fi.
All right, so we had Eddie go first, and hey, Brian. Rock, paper, shoot. Rock, paper, shoot. Rock, paper, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's me. That'll be me.
Speak on it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a continuing trend of WWE products that we bury every single week, and that we're doing obviously tonight. And
they give us 3 hours worth of fucking material to bury.
Very much so. Now, anyway, we just like you said, Monday Night Raw was 3 hours, right? 3 hours. We got 4 minutes of a wrestling match in that first hour, and it was Shane McMahon versus a jobber who happened to be Roman Reigns' cousin. And we understand Lance Arnold was Roman Reigns' cousin. However, he got his ass whooped before the match started, and then he got his ass whooped in the match. He got choked out when we bring out Roman Reigns. Then we're going back to the interviews. We're going back to the promos. What the fuck happened to the second word of the WWE? Can somebody please tell me what that second word is?
Go
ahead.
Wrestling.
Thank you. What the hell happened to it? And this is something that I put into Wrestling Fantasy Warfare, which you guys aren't in anymore. Everybody was
By
like,
choice, by the way.
Everybody was like, oh, well, if you look at that sign, which a fan had, that it feels like you guys aren't even trying anymore, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. Now,
that got confiscated.
Vince, they said, well, Vince is going to be laughing to the bank because you bought a ticket to say that. Now, what happens when these fans who are so disappointed in your product stop buying that tickets because you are not giving us the anything organic. You're not getting us anything entertainment, or I should say 80% of it's not entertainment, and you're not going to give the fans what they're showing up there for every week, which is a wrestling event. Now, you have the most talented roster. I don't give a damn what anybody says. In the world, hands down, bar none, no questions asked.
Agreed.
They have the deepest roster, hands down, bar none, no
ever.
questions asked.
Agreed.
And they are using it like it's absolutely a joke. You are losing fans by the week. You're losing viewership by the week. You're going to start losing sponsorships by the week. Fox is not going to be taking no 2 million viewers for SmackDown. And I don't give a damn how much Vince McMahon tries to blow that product.
You could put everybody on that show. They ain't gonna reach 3 million.
That first hour of Monday Night Raw, you're telling me that the only match that you had the idea of putting on, the only match was Shane McMahon versus a jobber? That was the only match that you wanted to see for a whole damn hour?
He's the best in the world.
Man, fuck that best in the world shit, man. Fuck that best in the world.
That man's the best in the world. Sweat.
Fuck that best in the world shit. All right, no, there is no way on God's green earth that after AEW gave us what was probably the best event or tied for the best event of this year, that your answer to them is to follow up and give us absolutely no action. Absolutely no.
And I do not want to hear the excuse, it's Memorial Day. Fuck you.
Nope.
They had a 12% drop from last year's Memorial Day episode.
Do you know
12%.
what was the most entertaining thing on that first hour of Monday Night Raw? And I keep saying first hour. What was the first most entertaining thing? You? You know why you don't remember? Because it sucked. That's why you don't remember. You're having a hard time remembering trash. I'm telling you, that shit right... yo, dude, I was streaming it on my phone, and I was mad that I was wasting battery life, okay? That show sucked. I was like, if this show is any reminiscent of this first hour and the second hour, they lost a viewer.
I was watching Captain America Winter Soldier.
The commercials are better than the promos.
Damn.
Like
Commercials.
that first
There was yes men leaving gorilla position because they didn't want to watch any more of this BS.
15 minutes into that first hour, I was already on FSX watching fucking Captain America.
Okay, so you guys got Shane McMahon versus Omoayo, as we said. You got the Brock Lesnar and you had the Kofi Kingston and the Seth Rollins. Did they wrestle?
Huh?
Did they wrestle?
Who?
That wrestling thing. You know that thing that they're
What are
champions
they
of?
doing?
No. Dude, how in the world can you tell me that Monday Night Raw has 3 hours, has that roster, and we are complaining about it every week? You should be a damn ashamed of yourself. Everybody in that back room should be fired. Clear it. Just call it a corporate hysterectomy. Cut it all out and start all over. I'm sorry. It's done. Dude, the best part of Monday Night Raw every week is a Bray Wyatt promo.
Yeah.
The reason being is because your product sucks. And Bray Wyatt's Pee-wee's Funhouse, killing it, by the way.
Oh, great. Still love
Killing
it.
it,
Still
by the
love
way.
it.
If his promos are the best part of a wrestling show, your wrestling show sucks.
And I am afraid for those promos right now because I tell you right now, if he don't show up in that ring and start doing some wrestling matches, that crowd's going to turn.
Yeah.
There was no pop for the promo this week. I don't know if it was the city they were in, but the crowd absolutely went crickets.
Because they put him to sleep in the first hour. They would have to wake up to watch
But
that
the
shit.
be-
You ain't happy after they first wake up.
Wrestling, see, me as a wrestling fan, I stuck through just to see that promo, and I got to say myself, I was like,
The limbo.
okay, it's
limbo
maybe
being
it's starting
in
to,
limbo.
it's either starting to, you know, WWE fans and WWE in general, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time. Once they pass the 2-3 weeks.
But like I was saying, though, that first hour of Monday Night Raw is buried. And if I get another week of that BS, I'm telling you, I'm going to put on a countdown. There's going to be a weekly countdown every single week on the podcast page showing you guys when AEW starts on TNT. Because this is just... Don't
worry, I'll remind y'all motherfuckers.
You are monopolized. You are basically...
I'm waving that flag.
In terms of mainstream wrestling in the United States of America anyway, because there's no more WCW, there's no more ECW, there's no more any other competition that will be on the same stage as you, and you continue to force feed us promos. Not wrestling, promos.
And not even promos. Bad promos.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bad. Like,
But anyway, that's my burden. Continue on.
Mr.
Well
Byrd?
said.
Michelle Byrd.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm next. My bad. My bad.
Don't worry about it.
It's a
I
thick
think
ass
it's not an
copy.
Apple Watch. You know, they're not gonna charge me $300 for the repair.
Yes, Gabe. They are well on their way of burying Aleister Black, and
That day will come.
the sad part is, I was saying fuck the commercials. That's the thing. Remember on the threads, fuck the commercials. These commercials suck. They're ruining the show. Now we're at the point where we want to see the commercials rather than the show.
Yeah.
That is fucking sad. When I'd rather catch a fucking a fucking KFC commercial than
Secret Life of Pets 2. What? That money is the shit.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
yeah, fucking Kevin Hart, man, Snowball. Yeah, it was the best. It was the best part of part one of the first
You
one.
know, this is Carl. Carl's been waiting to do this, guys. He broke into our podcast to do this.
Yes.
Well, shit. This is a lot. This is a lot to follow up on, but
Nah, good luck.
yeah, wish me luck on this one. But damn it, Mr. Vic Venom himself, Vince Russo,
Oh, boy.
Get in that hole.
get your ass in that house. Oh boy.
My friend, don't get in that hole. Get in that incinerator, you fuck. You fucking ruined WCW.
So
You fuck.
you do realize that when you bury somebody, they're buried inside a freaking.
I'm cremating his ass.
They got a freaking concrete tank.
He killed WCW. We gotta cremate his ass.
Oh man, Vince Russo. So Vince Russo actually recently puts out a tweet, and I'm actually I'm gonna read that tweet real quick.
Please. I really would love to hear
I want
what
that
Vince
weed
Russo
he's
has to say
smoking.
right now. This is
I really want the supply that Vince
So-
Russo gets. 'Cause he got some good weed.
it must be.
Really good weed.
In my worst Vince Russo impression,
Bro, let's say bro like 40 times, you'll hit it.
I could do it.
man, I'll get to that. There's no question, bro, that WWE and AEW, bro, are in bed together. None, bro. Several things don't add up, bro.
And this is not Matt Riddle, bros, by the way.
Oh my god, man, his bros will put Matt Riddle to shame.
Bro.
When you look at the entire picture, it becomes evident, bro. I'm going to invite conspiracy horsemen on the new Truth with Consequences to lay this all out, bro. And I'm not even adding it. He said that. You're being worked, bro. Now,
This is the same clown that was sitting there saying Dean Ambrose was working us too.
I got a little conspiracy theorist in me. I got curious and actually know what the fuck he had to say. First of all, you tweeting this, you're just desperate for some attention. Hard body.
Yeah.
As usual with him.
I tuned in earlier today while at work. And it's literally him for 2 hours explaining why he's not a sexist, why he's not a racist, and why he's not homophobic. More of it was also him just chastising Wade Keller, chastising Dave Meltzer, and Smart saying why grown men take two grown men play fighting so serious. First of all, Dave Meltzer, Wade Keller, that's... That
Easy Jim Cornette.
I'm going to be sitting next to Jim Cornette, pissing on that grave with him.
I'm on Team Cornette anyway, so.
That's because we love professional wrestling. Oh, bro, I never seen grown men, bro, reacting to the way they see Finn Balor more than to anything, bro. There's gotta be a time, bro, where you gotta look after, where you gotta grow out of it. No, your ass is just bitter because A, you fucked up WCW. Mm-hmm. B, TNA was already...
You fucked up TNA too.
TNA back.
He fucked up TNA with that fucking SEX.
I will side with
Sex.
you on this. People do blame you for
Sports Entertainment
Owen Hart's
Street.
accident, but it was an
No,
accident.
yeah,
It
well,
happened.
yeah. Remember when he was doing that? It was
Sports Entertainment Street.
Hold on, that don't just happen though, bro. That just don't say it like Owen Hart. You just happened.
Nah, it was an accident. I don't think because Sting did it millions of times, and then that Owen Hart happened to it. Either way,
Man,
That's a whole different story. With that.
Jim Cornette, if you're listening, Please, when Vince Russo dies, call me. I'll be right there with you.
Oh, and he was up to, I don't know why. I don't understand. I worked with Cornette for 20 years for 2 different companies. I don't know why he fucking hates me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Bitter
Really?
as fuck.
Oh, wait. Really?
Like, the only
he
thing,
really
the
say
only
that?
thing that he did was just show he exposed that Hulk Hogan politics.
Can I change my burial? I want to bury Carl for falling for that clickbait and listen to that fucking
I got
that fucking toilet trash of a fucking
I had to hear what he
podcast.
had to say.
You know the last
knew
time
he was-
I
knew it was gonna
I
be
listened to 2 minutes of his podcast one time and never tuned back into Vince Russo's
Yeah,
fucking
I remember.
trash.
He's talking about how it's like he's so bitter. I can't stand professional wrestling. Don't listen.
He is.
The only reason why people want to listen to your podcast is the simple fact that you was a writer for WCW. You ran WCW. You was a writer for Raw
Ran it into the ground.
during the Attitude Era.
That man is
You have
bitter
experience.
because
We
Vince won't give him a
wanna
job
hear-
again.
We want to hear those stories. Yo, if you're that done with it, just let it go. Don't even have a podcast anymore. Bro,
Speak on it.
just get the fuck out. Like, you're not even relevant anymore. Like, in order to stay
But you
relevant-
fell for that fucking tweet. That's how he stays relevant.
Shut
For
it.
getting people like you to tune into his podcast with some
No,
conspiracy
What do you
tweets.
mean, you
And you know what's funny?
But shout out
The
to-
dumbass puppets.
But shout outs to, first of all, we're all loyalist puppets in some way because we still watch Raw. We still
I
watch
don't.
SmackDown.
You know what?
We still do.
I swear to you right here and now that if it wasn't for my children or this podcast that we do, I would not be watching Raw
Honest
or
to
SmackDown.
I agree with
I
that.
swear right now.
like a
I would have
chore.
been. I would have
Yeah,
been
it
done.
is.
I would have been done years ago. If it wasn't for the fact that I used to watch with Ethan when he was born, and we used to sit there and watch the DVRs, and he looked as a kid, as a newborn, he looked interested as fuck. And now with my 5-year-old with Dominic, he likes watching it.
And happy
then
birthday,
we have
by
a
the way.
podcast to do. But I tell you right now, come October, they're gonna be very little WWE talk.
Oh, there's something that's gonna be my final rant.
But one thing, shout outs to Jim Cornette, who actually respond to that and says, "Attention, well, I'm gonna do my worst Bruce Pritchard impersonation."
Just say motherfucker like 40 times. That's what Cornette does.
Well, he goes, "Double cheeseburger, double mayo, motherfucker. Attention, everyone, motherfucker. Someone we all know and love has said something else stupid, motherfucker. Ridiculous and inaccurate to get attention, motherfucker. I will not be commenting on it to help him do that, motherfucker. Also, it's a lie, so there's that, motherfucker. Hashtag pathetic, motherfucker."
Oh man.
Gotta hit him with the swerve, bro.
The swerve, bro.
It's like I'll be a
And shout out to Gabe Jackson. That's a great point. Like, you know, if you're not any of those things, if you're not racist, sexist, every other ist, then why the hell do you need to clarify yourself
Thank you.
for 2 hours, especially?
And he said he was only going to do it for 2 minutes.
because he got people like Carl Byrd to fall for the
I fell for
clickbait.
it. I
That's
fell
why. The second I saw that tweet, the second I saw people sharing that, I was like, I reshared it. Somebody get this man. Somebody get your mans. Somebody call Jim Cornette to get this motherfucker something. Because I already knew that's what it was. That is him fishing. I tell you right now,
Well, we do know that.
Vince Russo has on multiple occasions tried to get his job back in WWE.
Shit. What you
Okay? That man is salty because nobody will take his phone call at WWE. Okay? And I tell you right now, he's salty because Impact is like, fuck you, don't call us. Ring of Honor is like, you ain't got our number. Okay? AEW they're not even telling us.
They didn't even want him at StarCast.
They're not even, exactly. They got fucking hounds and fucking armed guards waiting for him to show up.
podcast is not even an AEW event.
I know. That's
I know.
the kicker.
Conrad Thompson.
It's a Conrad.
And even he didn't want his ass there.
Just so you guys know, you were mad at him for falling for that tweet and listen to the podcast. Well, he is a Cowboys fan. And we know Cowboys fans are very gullible people.
Bro.
Jerry Jones says we're going to win the Super Bowl every year. And they say, we're them boys. This is our year.
We
I'm
them
sorry.
boys, sixth ring,
Get a Vic.
sixth ring.
Get a Vic.
Motherfucker.
Hey,
Yeah, really, boys. the boys, we're gonna win.
Hey, I got
We
you.
did whoop your ass last time.
That Prescott's the future.
Hey, the Ravens won the Super Bowl in the 2000s.
Yeah.
How about the Cowboys?
No.
How many had the Patriots won?
A lot. 1,
We still them boys.
3, 4, 5, 6. We won 6.
Yeah.
We won 6.
Does anybody remember 85? 96.
Yeah.
Both Giant Super Bowls. How about the last one with the Eagles?
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah, we
Everybody's
do.
remember
We
the six.
We lost those. You know what's funny?
Anybody remember the last time the Panthers were relevant?
I'm sorry. I am this year, unfortunately.
When's the last time the Panthers won a Super Bowl? Somebody in the chat, tell me. When's the last time the Panthers won a Super Bowl? I can't fucking remember.
I mean, they would have won a Super Bowl if Cam would have just dove on the ball. But
Shut your mouth.
I
dude.
apologize.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Nick,
just came out
Gabe,
like
you guys are sports fans. How many rings does Cam Newton have? Please, I can't remember.
Just rolled off the tongue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think,
It's my turn.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
All right, for the UWO fans who listened last week, at the very beginning of the show, I
hate you, Gabe.
I talked about a new title that WWE has brought in. It is known as the 24/7
I really hate you, Gabe.
Championship.
Don't lie to the fans.
Steve,
that is
shut
the
the hell up.
jobber's title.
Wait, Eddie, because this is going to be good. Now, the name of the title is what, ladies and gentlemen?
The 24/7
championship, right?
Which means 24 hours a day.
7 days a week.
That means every day open like 7-Eleven.
Every day.
Yep.
Okay.
No, they have locks on doors for some reason, which I still don't understand.
Maybe sometimes they get robbed. They gotta.
I guess. But, ladies and gentlemen, for people who are on the UWO Facebook page, people who know me, the one thing I said WWE please do not do is do not book a match involving this title. And when I said that, I kind of left something out, but I hope you people understand why I said it. Is because if you are booking a match that involves this title, that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the one thing you cannot do with this title is put a hold on this title being defended. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened on SmackDown yesterday?
Roman Reigns pinned.
No, before all that.
Nope, Elias won, and they put a hold on that title.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you are putting a hold on a title that is a 24/7 championship, again,
24/7.
we are going to reiterate, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
You put a half-hour hold on that title. The belt literally says 24/7.
24/7.
So for 30 minutes, 30 minutes out of the day, that belt just became null and void.
23/30.
WWE, it took you a week to ruin this title.
23/30.
It took you a week. All you had to do is just not put a stipulation on it.
23/36.
It is now the 23.5/6 championship. I'm sorry. You had one job. The belt literally is describing itself to you. It is 24/7.
But shout out to the 3 times.
What were you expecting?
It
This
to be
is
defended. I know.
this is the same company that said no more rematches, and everybody's been getting a
know.
rematch.
Don't forget the wild card. But you
are the authority. There's another one.
we are the authority, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry.
Remember, things are gonna get better.
Yeah, things are supposed to get better. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for this, but god damn. How? You had a week. A week.
Yeah.
Little kids don't even, let me not say that. But, like, you can't literally devalue something that you just debuted within a week. Like, what are you doing? Calling up NXT talent or something? Like how fast? How fast you destroy something? It literally means nothing. It's not 24/7 anymore. Like, just you know it's gonna happen again.
Everybody see Elias's pictures afterwards when he won that belt. He looks so sad.
And the other thing,
He looks so sad.
another thing, WWE.
EC3 at that cookout.
Oh my god.
And let me say this one more thing about
That's
that.
what's even gotta be worse is that they told him to get dressed.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the worst when they tell you to get dressed because we might use you, and then you're just sitting around literally not being used.
And WWE, that title, you guys just exposed how worthless it is. When after you put the belt on hold for about a half an hour because Elias had to be in a tag team match, which is stupid by the way because he's a 24/7 championship or champion. After he gets pinned, who attacked Elias after the match was over?
Roman.
And who pin Elias for the championship again.
The truth.
Exactly. So you have a main event player, a guy who is one of the faces of the company with a belt literally at his feet. All he has to do is cover the man. Now I'm going to let him do it. And watch it. Like, what? You are devaluing that.
Well, no.
I know.
Actually, in all fairness,
there was no fairness in that.
WWE, I see why they kind of suspended it because,
No,
in all fairness,
there was no suspending a 24.
if they had it, then Roman Reigns would be a 24/7 champion.
Which is perfect.
He is.
And when you get over a title, people have to win.
With Roman Reigns.
Who else?
How many times have they tried already?
so
and they
Roman
can't
Reigns-
get over that ugly belt with Roman Reigns.
All right, so you mean to tell me Roman Reigns is just as stupid because he doesn't want a free title?
Actually,
as
I'll tell you
Brock
right
Lesnar
now,
is stupid.
I would-
didn't realize the Money in the Bank contract that whole year.
That belt needs to stay at R-Truth because that belt would have gone on Roman Reigns and would have been devalued so badly.
No, it
so
wouldn't have. How? No.
What?
No.
What?
Reigns would have made it
What?
legitimate.
No, time out. Hold on. I am gonna. Hold on, time out.
No! R-Truth is making that title legitimate. Roman Reigns
Understandable.
would have been like flossing his ass with it. You saw what he did to the U.S. title.
So
He
you
might as well have been wiping his ass with that belt.
Okay. All right, time out.
The IC title, remember
Time
that
out,
one?
time out.
Remember that one? He didn't give two fucks about.
Time out for a
You
second.
had
Time out for
an
a second.
angry response.
Ladies and
every
gentlemen.
burial, by the way.
Hold on, wait. Eddie, listen to this.
Huh?
So, a championship title that WWE is supposed to be promoting, a new belt, okay, that is 24/7. Anybody can win.
And it's
that
on the
belt.
best person it could possibly be on is
I get
R-Truth.
that. I totally get that. But
Put it this way, if it would have gone
Listen,
on Roman
come on,
Reigns,
come on. Listen to this.
nobody else would have had it.
But it doesn't matter. But that's the point of the title. It's supposed to be 24 hours a day. Anybody can win it. The
And
fact
nobody
that-
wanna win at
and
Roman, like my
nobody.
man Gabe said.
If
Nobody
somebody
wanna
is
win at
winning,
Roman.
Exactly, that's why
Nobody
that's-
would have won at Roman.
you would've gone-
it doesn't
They don't want
matter.
that
That's the point of the
And
title.
next
to
week
be
we would have been
created.
burying Roman Reigns for having that belt and
I
nobody
wouldn't
being
have
able to
buried him. I
beat
wouldn't
him.
have buried him. If anything, I would have given him props for actually taking that title because it would have lowered him a little bit. It would have humbled him a little bit to actually go out and
It would
pin
humble
somebody.
him to add to his grandson.
It would have
championship
humbled.
legacy.
It would have humbled him because of the fact that you know something. What have we been talking about?
By your logic, then the Iconics didn't lose the belts to Roman Reigns.
Hey,
That's
Shut your
different.
mouth.
First off, Roman has a penis. Okay, you can't do that. No. But
Fine.
seriously,
Charlotte Flair, where are you?
Listen, Eddie, listen.
Go win the tag team title, Charlotte.
Listen to me. If you're presenting a new championship, right?
Yeah.
We know it's a jobber title. Okay.
It is not a jobber title, it's talent enhancement.
We know. There's other people
Jobber.
out there that we're not going to mention that think it's legitimate, okay, as I'm winking at the camera. All right? Now, you're presenting a new championship, which is available 24 hours a day. Anybody can win it. You have the biggest star of the company literally looking at the title. I don't want that.
You know why he didn't want it though? Because R-Truth's his man, and he realized he wants R-Truth to stay champion.
But it
That is
doesn't
the type
matter.
of humility
That is
and
the
the
stupidity of
respect
WWE.
for the business that Roman Reigns has.
actually-
Okay,
actually,
He is easily
whoever-
the biggest
I'll tell you this
superstar
right now.
in the U.S. wrestling market. Period. There is nobody better than him.
Who-
And Omega is now out of his safe zone in Japan, and he was too scared to sign to WWE because Roman's there. I said it.
You have been drinking.
All right.
It's very obvious. You cut off.
Cut off.
You cut off.
Do you have any sugar? Because somebody's gas tank is just calling my name. But
Please don't.
no,
Get
actually,
home.
I got it. See, that's one thing. Whoever wrote that out, big ups to them because I see they covered their asses. They said they put the clause in there that way the Roman Reigns is going to get the victory because that would have mean R-Truth has to get the victory in that main event match. And
So
stuff.
because couldn't roll up Roman Reigns and get a win over Roman.
Yeah, I kind of see
Roman couldn't get rolled up by Truth and then ran out the building and then Roman go.
that would have been funny.
Thank you.
That would have been funny.
Logical
Yeah.
booking, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
no,
Apologize for screaming and yelling, but god damn it.
I get it. See, they wanted Roman Reigns to get the victory at the end, which should have been probably if they wanted to not include the exemption for the half an hour. They should have let R-Truth get the victory. I see what you're saying there, kind of fucked up. You know, give Truth a chance. He's making that belt. But
It defeats the purpose
they had
of the
to yeah.
title.
I see
It
both sides.
literally defeats the
I
purpose
see
of the
both sides of
title.
the coin because after he pinned him, because I didn't see the beginning of the show, I was out. So after he pinned him, I was like, yo, fucking Roman's the 24/7 champion.
Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
And then it didn't happen. I was like, wait, what happened? And then somebody pointed it out that it got suspended. I saw the clip afterwards. I was like, oh, okay.
I think it
But-
was Carl pointed out.
Yeah,
It
Carl
defeats
pointed it
the
out.
purpose.
But then I saw that it was accept at that time. That's why Roman's the champion. Then I saw the clip at the beginning of the show, and I was like,
Alright, guys.
oh, okay.
We gotta get back to
And that's
AEW.
my that's
We
my
gotta get
burial.
back to
Yeah.
There was
AEW.
just one
Okay.
point I wanted to make. There's one point I made. We actually are covering the AEW cards. That's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Kenny said WWE. Fuck you.
We're here to cover the AEW card, but when we got to the burials, what company was yours for?
Everybody.
In the what company?
WWE.
Yours was for what company?
WWE.
Yours was for what company?
I ain't even gonna talk about this.
Yours was for what company?
Well, mine, he's not. Nobody wants him anymore.
All
But
right,
as you guys
so-
can see, we spoke.
Not even ZZW is calling Bruce Russo.
We got all the WWE out of the way.
Indies don't
Yeah.
even want him.
All right, people. So let's
Southpaw didn't even want him. I don't even know if he's still in business.
all right. So let's rate the ship, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on AEW Double or Nothing. So the fourth match on the main card, we had the 6-women tag team match between the team of Hikaru Shida, Riho Abe, and Ryu Mizunami versus the legend Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura.
Before we go anywhere else, big ups to Vic. Because none of us can pronounce any of those fucking names.
Right. He nailed it. First try.
Because when we were doing our predictions, we were fucking that shit up bad.
This dude keep a count of how many I just messed up.
You got Aja Kong kind of right, so
Because right now we have to read that shit. We'd be like, 3 girls versus 3 girls, and then we're Japanese people.
Joshi style.
Which means
Yeah.
that Eddie posted him.
And Gabe liked them.
Oh man! So this was a pretty cool match. 13 minutes 10 seconds.
That's Gabe Hakkuri.
There was a chance of "This is wrestling" broke out in the MGM grand crowd.
For
Very
a women's
appreciative.
match.
Yeah.
For a women's match. This is wrestling.
Yeah.
And I
When's the
watched
last time anybody heard that one? For a women's match?
Actually,
Evolution.
Bailey
Maybe.
versus Sasha. I got
NXT?
match of the year.
That's the gold
It
standard.
got match of the year.
NXT?
Yeah.
I'm talking about main roster.
Evolution.
Yeah.
They said this
yes.
is wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Evolution.
When the fuck did they say that on
I think they said like
Evolution was a
women's
good-
wrestling, but that was
Evolution.
Women's wrestling.
Evolution was the best pay per
It
view
really
last year.
was a good
It was.
pay-per-view.
I
It
stand,
was
aside
extremely
main
slept
roster
on.
wise, that was the best pay per view of the year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That Bailey, excuse me, that Becky Lynch and Charlotte, that shit was
Yes.
bomb.
Yeah, that is the gold standard.
Yes, Ronaldo. The Japanese female wrestlers, they train from like before puberty. Like some of those girls in the ring have been wrestling for fucking 10 years and they're only 21. That one, that skinny, I forgot. The skinnier one that was getting the major beat down, not the small little pirate one.
The one that was on
Not Suki's-
on
not
Aja-
Yuki.
Not on Aja's side, the other one. It was like Ryu something.
Riho Abe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
her.
She
She was like 22.
she's like
23.
21 years old and she had already been wrestling for 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
So like seriously, like what the
B-Rob. You got your next guest for your shows right here.
Shout out to B-Rob.
But yeah, little Zuki, she came out in the God of Destruction pants on and everything, and oh my God, she was all over the fucking ring. I love that match.
I forgot which one it was, but a homegirl who nailed the Freddie Mercury outfit.
Yeah.
was
From Aja's team, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Emi Sakura.
Yeah,
Yeah. And she had the whole crowd doing the doom doom.
Yeah, she did.
And they were
Yeah.
and they were singing "We Will Rock You" with her.
Yeah.
And shout outs to the referee in that match. Ladies and gentlemen, with all the botches that have gone on, that referee was correct in her call. 1, 2, they rang the bell, she goes 2 and never moved. She
They
said
did.
they fucked the bell.
everybody fucked up but that ref.
I have
Ref
seen that
and
same
ref.
thing happen in WWE, and what have they done? They kept going because the bell rang. They said the match is over, and then they just covered it up with some storyline afterwards.
Yep.
Nope. The referee stood up and said, it was 2. I am the ref. The match continues, and they continued the match. I love that because it
love that.
showed that the referee has power.
Patience up her face.
That shit was
What's wrong with Gabe?
a botch by the ring announcer was saved by the referee,
Yeah.
which how it should be. Because we have seen that same thing happen in WWE.
Yep.
Where a fuck up happens. And the referee, we are taught from beginning of fandom that the referee has final say in that ring.
It just happened at Money in the Bank.
But WWE,
How'd that go?
Yeah. And to my knowledge, I think Hikaru Shida is signed with AEW.
yeah,
I
she
know
did.
Yuki,
No, Hikaru, she signed
she
with.
signed as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, because I know Yuka, I cannot pronounce her name.
Sakazaki.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know
Saki.
she was one of the first females that was signed with them.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely a dope match. So Shida, Abe, and Mizunami won that match when
Mizunami.
when
By the
Shida
way,
delivered a running knee to Sakura to
That
earn the
got
victory.
That got 3.754.
I'm cool with that.
I gave it a 4, but I will say it wasn't my favorite match. It was
was a
my
damn
least
good
favorite
one,
match.
though.
It was
Yeah.
a damn good match, but it was my least favorite one.
Are you kidding me?
Also,
Worse than that SCU match? That BS that they started off the main card with? I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
You just don't like Curry Man. You don't like Christopher Daniels because he
That's
was
what it is.
Curry Man. That's what it is, huh? You got a hatred for Curry
I
Man.
love Chris Daniel and TNA. I love them in Ring of Honor. I just don't like that match they started with. That was terrible.
No.
I don't know. Well, we will tell you about a match that was not terrible and the match of the night.
Five.
Cody Rhodes versus his older brother Dustin Rhodes.
You cried for Tony Stark dying?
Yeah.
I cried when he said, I need my brother.
Dude,
Yeah.
That was.
That didn't fucking hit you in the feels. Get the fuck out of fandom. I don't want you fucking cheering for wrestling
You know
anymore.
that was an ode to Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
And Dustin's.
That's his,
That was, and they did it perfect, bro. That was perfect.
when he said when he was cut the same promo
Brother,
almost.
God in the whole world. That was the exact words.
Ronaldo, no, it was bad.
Don't listen to him, Ronaldo. Mr. Impact, keep saying what you're saying.
But yeah, the only gripe was that you could tell it's been a long time since Dustin had the blade.
But there was,
Yeah,
but
he
there
went a little
was
too
one
deep.
Botched that entire match, and they did it over. Did the move, and it came out crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one he told the audience member to move, and he threw it, and Dustin didn't quite spin
Yep.
the first time.
Yep.
The second time he threw him,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
kicked
Spun
him in
right
the
around,
face.
yep.
But the story they told in that ring was reminiscent of stories that was told by like Gargano and Ciampa. That dude, you cannot tell me that you have seen a match on the roster of WWE that was that personal.
Main
That-
roster.
Emotional.
Behind it,
Emotional.
Yeah. Emotional.
The crowd was cheering Dusty. Like everybody, even in the crowd,
even
knew
Brandy
how.
hit a good spear outside, bro.
I loved. I loved when DDP came out, and dragged her out of there. It was like, no, bitch, we gonna let these motherfuckers do their thing because I got love for their father.
Yeah.
That's what that said right there. Their father is a legend. I got love for him. God rest his soul. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Let them have their match.
And Vince's logic, and Bruce Pritchard always said this: brothers don't fight.
Like, hell they don't.
Dude, that match, I'm telling you straight up.
I'm training my two sons to fight each other,
If you
and they're
need a
brothers.
reason to get behind AEW, watch that
We're
damn
brothers.
match.
I put you to it.
If you need a reason to watch
Plastic people, I ain't go
AEW,
through.
look no further. Dustin versus Dusty, 50 years old, and that dude put on a performance like that. That was beautiful.
And what bugged me,
And let's just also add to the fact that he lost like 2 or 3 pints of blood in that match.
yes,
Easily.
Yeah.
and that's what bugs me. People don't understand that. People are like, oh, the match got all slow, and you could tell there was spots where they took their time. The motherfucker was dripping blood.
Crimson
You
Tide.
literally lose 1 pint of blood, and you can literally pass the fuck out. They tell you 1 pint of blood is the maximum you can lose in your body before shit starts to fucking go down. This motherfucker lost more than a pint. Because he was, for the fact that he was still conscious to finish the match,
Yeah.
that's why I said, I'm like, it's been a long time with that WWE style that he has had the blade in so long that he cut himself too deep.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even realize he was bleeding until Cody. I thought it was just his paint until Cody wiped it on his chest.
Oh, no.
He was actually bleeding. Then
He was
they showed
juicing.
him. I'm like, good damn, is he bleeding?
Yeah.
I'll say this about the match, and this is where it drives me nuts, where people who kind of get wrestling
Oh,
were
yeah,
kind of
they
shitting
got
on
that
it.
mad out,
Like,
man.
oh, it was too slow. They didn't tell a good story.
Who said that?
They trust
A
me,
lot of
there
people-
are, there are a lot of
Whoever said that
No!
wasn't a good story. Hand in your
a lot of
a
people.
lot
Well,
of people said
Oh
that.
my God, you don't even know.
you kidding me?
No,
You don't even know.
We're dead serious.
I'm dead serious. A lot of people were like that, man. Oh, they were
it-
copying WWE. Oh, he bled too much. Oh, that told no story. Oh, how can you get a story out of no?
I
A lot
didn't
of
have a store. Are you kidding me?
Seriously, yeah, people said
People
that.
said that.
a lot of
people
shit
said
ton
that.
of people.
Point me out to whoever the hell said that, man.
Brother versus brother alone is a story in itself, just because they're brothers.
I'm sorry.
But a lot of people,
A lot-
obviously, they see the promos before.
A lot of people said that, and like we were just saying, if you
Who
don't,
the fuck said that?
That's one of the reasons why I left that group, All Elite Wrestling group. I was like, no story?
it's
Do you want him to sit in the middle of the ring and read you a book? That's the only way you're going to get a better story than what they told in that damn ring.
I will say
Those
that-
two put everything on the line. It's been 50 years old and finished their match.
Because
Ring
people
gets
are
the blood out.
people are trained.
Execution. Ring generalship. There was very little rest holds. There was wrists. There was even retros to the old Stardust at the beginning and Gold Dust in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
There was everything you wanted in that match, including a Triple H burial. And you're telling me that didn't have a good story? Who the fuck are these people?
that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Never mind that. That's exactly pretty much what I was going to say. But yeah,
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what I. That's exactly what I saw online. Was people saying there was no story to that match, and I'm like, what do you want? Because people are being trained to hear 20 minutes of talking and 1 minute of fucking wrestling, and they're missing. This is what Undertaker said in an interview years ago, that the new generation are missing the storytelling in the ring. And it's WWE's falling for that trap because they're trying to tell the story to these new fans outside the ring, when us old, because we're basically the old generation now of this shit, are used to hearing the story in the ring. Okay, yes, we were given promos. Yes, we were given promos to set up the bigger picture, which was in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, whatever. And that was mind-boggling to me. I really couldn't take it. I had to get off the internet for a while, for the rest of the night, because I was like, what more do you want? This is why I buried the fucking fans.
There
Like,
was a scene in
what?
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they
Love that movie.
Where they went at the end of the movie, they went and found all of the people who were trolling them.
Yep, poopshoot.com.
I really want to find who said that so I can go show up to their house and beat the shit out of them.
You called this
Are you
fucking clown shoes? You called us clown shoes?
And this match also shows you how like presentation and perception makes all the difference, because when you look at Dusty Rhodes when he was Goldust in WWE, and like in recent years, like you had the perception as a fan that like he was kind of presented as like over the hill, like a has been, just like a cast off from like the
Yeah, you
Attitude
get a
Era.
glimpse every now and then.
Yep.
Right back down.
That
And-
match, the US Open Challenge match, and you would get a glimpse here and there, and it's like, oh, he can still go, and then back to fuck, he's fucked.
And this is the thing that I got into it with a couple people on Facebook. When somebody said, like, it was a post, and Eddie was in it too. Somebody said that SCU, or specifically Christopher Daniels, is over the hill because he's in his mid-40s,
Well,
right?
he showed that shit on that event. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Continue.
No, but seriously, I hate that take that old wrestlers aren't good. That is the dumbest fucking thing ever. I said the same exact example last week. Which is the best professional wrestler in the world to not win his very first World Heavyweight Championship after he was over the age of 36 and survived the fucking plane crash?
Ric Flair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He was 36. Half of these dudes
And that's a lot of shit.
aren't even in their damn 30s yet, or barely in their 30s. None of these motherfuckers.
Look at
are in
AJ
their prime.
Styles. He's 41 years
And
old.
he's doing the best work of his career. SCU, like I said, they're in there. Aside from what Kyle's going on, he's barely in there. They're in their mid 40s, and they're still killing it to this day. They're doing more. They're doing more athletic shit than half of the other people. Then you got Goldust, who's 50, who was in the ring with his brother, killing it. Hell, a couple weeks ago when we were watching the New Japan shit, right? Who was it? It was Yuji Nagata. Guy's in his 50s. He looked way better than half of the dudes around his same age and younger. That is one of the biggest cop-out BS stupid things I've ever heard in my life. If you are a wrestling fan and you do not understand that most of these wrestlers don't even hit their prime until they're in their mid-30s, something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Stan Hansen, going over to Japan. He was in his 40s.
About the only person who primed early in his 20s was probably Randy.
And he was placed in that spot.
Yeah.
He was placed in that position.
And it could have gone either which way, because how many people have we seen placed in that spot in their 20s? And
you know who wasn't even? You know who it was supposed to be? It wasn't even supposed to be Randy in that spot. It was supposed to be was it Lance Cade, right? I think it was supposed to be Mark Jindrak. It was supposed to be Mark Jindrak.
Mark Jindrak?
Mark Jindrak was supposed to get Randy's spot.
Wow.
Imagine how history would be different right now if it wasn't Randy Orton. It was Mark Jindrak in that spot.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Mark Jindrak pinning Chris Benoit?
He was supposed to be the fourth member. He was supposed to be the young gun of Evolution.
Yeah, of Evolution.
He was supposed to be the fourth person.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Edward said Jericho's 48, and he's literally the man.
Yeah.
Minoru Suzuki. Thank you, Gary. Minoru Suzuki. Like, come on now. Who wants to fight Minoru Suzuki right now?
Nobody.
And former Kurt Angle and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everyone over here talk about Kurt Angle. Go look at Minoru Suzuki. He'll slap the shit out of you.
I don't give a fuck how scripted it is.
I don't give
that
a fuck.
motherfucker.
He will beat you.
He will go off script.
Yeah.
For real. Like, I'm sorry. That age thing is the stupidest fucking argument. If you're using age against these guys, go find something else to do with yourself.
What age showed, though?
Exactly.
What age showed? That was the natural Dustin Rhodes. That was not Goldust. That
He was a
not
50-year-old
Black
man
Reed.
out
was
there
not
keeping up with all these young
That
boys.
was the natural in a environment where he could actually express how good he is at wrestling. And
You know
don't
the
get me
theme
wrong,
song.
Dustin did not get the victory.
Yeah.
Did not get the victory, but he showed you damn well that he still got it.
And that's what the
Period.
show has been about from top to bottom. It's not about I get it. They're talking about wins and losses meaning something, but before the actual TV show, because I'm assuming these records
Omega
aren't
win?
counting right now. Like this is
Did
not
Omega
an
win?
exhibition.
No, they haven't worked
This-
out the fine tuning to what's going on in the TV
nothing's
show.
been fine-tuned yet, but this is just showcasing talent right now. And Dustin just showed me that this guy can still go.
I hate to
Absolutely.
tell you guys,
He's ready to retire.
I hate to
Yeah.
say it, I don't even want to. My first impression of AEW was that SU match, which you guys, it's well documented on this episode.
You might have to go back and rewatch it.
But guys, if this was the first match and this actually was the bar that put this company on, this is going to be the best company in history. Period.
Quite possibly could be.
Period. That match
possible.
was perfect. Perfect.
And a lot of people hated it.
Those are, no. A
Like-
lot of idiots.
The
Sports entertainment.
when
fans
I
probably
tell
did.
when I tell you that the WWE loyalist puppets and the AEW trolls came out in full force, it's an understatement. It was disgusting. This is why I am at the point where I'm like, you don't deserve shit.
Dude, even that last
You don't
moment in
deserve
that match
shit.
was better than half the stuff WWE has done.
But
That
no,
was-
I
had to post it on my personal page instead of all the wrestling groups on it. I had to post it on my personal page. Tag my parents, cause my mom is a big Dusty Rhodes fan. That was the closest thing to a black champion we had, and she loved Dusty. I'm like, Ma, just look at this real quick.
And-
my dad.
And those puppets who don't know, that actual last promo where he said, I'm saying this before God in the world, I don't need a partner, and then my older brother. That was when Dusty Rhodes and when Dustin was way younger.
yeah, well, it was pretty much Cody's age.
Dude,
Yeah.
when Dusty
No,
did
younger.
that promo, that was just paying homage to how beautiful that moment was. And not for nothing, Dusty has to be up there. This whole match, and this is how I actually thought of this. This match was a love letter to their lost father.
Oh yeah,
That's a
That-
great way of putting it.
oh yeah.
Great way of
That
putting
was
it.
the match they wanted to.
Beautifully said.
That was the match they wanted at Mania. They wanted to show their father that kind of match, and fucking Vince was like, that doesn't sell.
Brothers
Don't fight. That won't sell. Because in his fucking old ass senile 70-year-old fucking dementia having fucking head,
Okay, because you know what? Vince.
he's an only child, isn't he?
No. Vince
he's
has
not
a
a
brother. He
So what is it? Is
was
it?
very distant. He was
Oh,
very
okay.
distant.
So he
They didn't meet until like later on in life.
That's why brothers don't fight, because
He doesn't know that relationship. Even Bruce was like, "Yes, we do."
And also shout out to Cody for destroying that Triple H-esque crown with the
Great.
sledgehammer before the match.
That was
That was
fire.
hilarious.
Slow clap for
That
that one,
was
Cody.
fire.
Yo,
Allegedly, it wasn't towards him.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
no. See, I got a backstory on this.
Allegedly.
I got a backstory on this. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently the beef that Cody has with Triple H, because a lot of people are like, why doesn't he have this beef with Vince? Vince is the one that really fucked. No, apparently Triple H, everything that is going on in NXT was Dusty. It was Dusty's road, was Dusty's plans and his. All his,
Dusty had a-
he said that he architected everything that's going on in NXT right now, and Triple H took all of that, and they just pushed Dusty aside, and he took all the credit for it.
But then again, Dusty
I don't
wasn't
know.
around long enough.
No, but see, at the beginning, he laid all the
he
he laid the
definitely
groundwork.
around enough. Yeah.
But apparently, the story goes that Triple H took all the credit and everything. That what's going on in NXT right now was all laid by Dusty, and Triple H is taking credit for it, saying that it's all him.
Yeah, 'cause-
when it wasn't.
'cause he's-
I don't know how true this is.
I think they do.
No, they give him credit,
did.
but
Shout
apparently,
out to my Indians for beating the Red Sox.
from what I've read and from the stuff that the rumors and the dirt sheets and stuff like that, it was more Dusty did than they give him credit for.
Dusty did a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, that
there's
was-
a reason why there's a crop of NXT graduates that they call Dusty's kids, which Juice Robinson is in.
They said that in the
But if you
table
notice,
before.
they're all gone.
They said that in the table before that Dusty had a huge part. in
But
it.
Dusty's kids are gone. They're all out of NXT. They're all out of WWE. So they say that that's the reason why Cody's got this disdain towards Triple H.
I mean, you're screwing over my father and taking ownership
Aye.
of his legacy and his work. I'm not
That's-
going to be too kindly.
I fucking smash your throne too.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm like, because I thought the same thing. I saw the thing. I saw that spot. I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm like, why is he going after Triple H? If anything, Vince is the one that fucked him more
It makes more sense now.
and stuff. And then I just like surfing the internet, Google searching and stuff like that.
That's why our podcast needs to be watched every week, guys. We deliver you messages like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're just,
Ours too.
I'm just passing along stuff that I have read. And,
Codex Wrestling.
I
heard.
You read multiple things, you put stuff together and stuff like that, and try to pass it off as best you can.
Yeah.
It could be wrong. It could be 100% true. But by the looks of it, I could believe it 100% true because Dusty had a huge fucking hand at the beginning of NXT. When it changed from FCW to NXT, Dusty was like the architect. He was the Seth fucking Rollins of that fucking thing. And then Triple H gets all the fucking credit.
Everybody knows Dusty's the mastermind, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Dusty's legacy is never going to be matched in terms of WrestleMania. Ever. Period. I mean, number one. Can I say this? He brought interracial relations to the main stage and was bringing Sapphire out there. Did he or not? He did.
Yep.
He did. He was a grown man. He's just a... Anyway.
God rest his.
We
God
got
rest
to
her
get back
soul.
to AEW, man.
But
As I
yeah.
go to take a piss.
Yeah.
Ah!
So
Yes, Ronaldo. Fuck the people who said they didn't like that match because they just...
the white door. Yeah.
Dude, that match was just perfect.
They just
Yeah.
don't...
Like I said before, 5 out of 5. Best, and I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on the record and say this. This match, hate me if you want to, was better than Adam Cole versus Gargano. Period.
Just as good. I was entertained by both.
Yeah, I give it just as good. But emotionally, that match
Yeah,
was just...
Emotionally, you are so invested into this match.
Yeah.
By the end of it, dude, on the edge of your seat.
I was on the edge of my seat for both matches.
But if you want to hit me in my fandom heart, then you give me Dusty and Cody. If you want to hit me in my this shit is fucking amazing in the ring, then you give me Gargano and Cole.
And just for the record, I want this to be the final time that Dusty and Dustin actually wrestle. Leave this rivalry where it is. You just gave us a perfect.
Oh yeah, by the sounds of
they
it.
got the tag team match coming up.
No, but I don't want to see them going head to head anymore.
Oh no,
yeah.
we don't need it.
Yeah.
No, by the sounds of it.
They would have took that match and put it on the next Raw.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
they
that would
would've
have been
would've.
so many times.
They
They would
would've
have had rematches after. First of all, the original match would have ended with some sort of shenanigans or DQ.
Yeah, just
And
so
then the
we-
rematch on Monday Night Raw would have ended probably just as bad. And then by SmackDown, there would have been run-ins. Oh my God, we would have got so convoluted and over fucking crowded.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point, Evan. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But I just really was. and I keep saying emotionally invested because this was actually I saw.
Exactly.
I saw the Cody promo before the match started when he's talking about killing, putting his brother down, killing the Attitude Era. Started out with
emotionally it hit.
Started
That's why
Triple H's throne.
Yep.
I love that. I love that when she handed him the fucking sledgehammer. I was like,
And the way
when she handed him when I saw the sledgehammer, I was like, no. And when she handed it, to, I was like, fucking do it.
Oh, we popped.
Do it.
We popped.
But here's the thing: the way Cody held the sledgehammer, like he looked at it the same way Triple H looks at a sledgehammer, and I'm just like, yeah.
And what's sad is people are like, that was cringe. That was cringy. Oh my god, that was so bad of a part. That was horrible segment. Why?
Man, I ate that up
Like, what the
cheeseburger with bacon, chili, and onion rings.
That's why I buried these motherfuckers.
I'm gonna save it for my final rant because trust me,
That's why I buried these motherfuckers. I'm like, how do you find that cringeworthy?
We're going on 2 hours.
That was symbolic.
That was excellent.
Like
Absolutely.
Dustin Rhodes was sitting up in heaven like, oh, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Desi was in the man. I tell you, my boys. Oh, they put on a show.
And once again, the crowd, because the crowd was so emotionally invested. And real quick, shout out to that old lady with the white hair sitting front row center.
Yeah.
And the hard camera.
No.
She was a G.
No, she was, but shout out to AEW Jesus.
No.
AEW Jesus.
That lady was a G. She was popping for everything. She was cheering. She was taking pictures. She was on her feet.
She was a wrestling
fan.
I want to meet her and shake her hand because she obviously was first in line for tickets because she got prime seats.
No, she's family.
That's 50-yard line.
No, she's family.
She gotta be.
No, she's definitely family.
She gotta be. She gotta be family.
We got the Saudi Arabian Super Showdown that's better than WrestleMania.
I'm not speaking.
Better than WrestleMania coming
I'm
up.
not
Good luck on top in that match. And there's another one coming up that you're not going to tap in.
Yeah. So after this excellent match, we had another surprise. We had the legend, the Hitman, Bret Hart, come out to introduce the AEW World Championship title belt.
And my man MJF stole the show.
Yeah.
Gorgeous belt.
Right out my mouth.
Gorgeous belt.
I gotta say, like I love the look of the AEW title because it looks like a combination between the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the big gold belt from WCW.
Yeah,
And look,
the design
and it
of
looks
it
fucking.
actually tweeted out,
You
like,
have to
post
see
up
it in a
pictures
better
of it.
light.
It's so nice.
You have to see it.
It
in a better
looks
light.
so fucking heavy. It looks like something that you literally have to carry, not something you just
Yeah.
drape over your shoulder like a prop. Like you carry this.
I heard it might be almost 25
Shout
pounds.
out to Roman.
Yeah,
I
That
know
might be a
what you did
25-pound
there.
title.
Wow. It's a huge title.
But exactly, you don't just drag that bitch along on the floor. No, you carry this, and it's like something you hold like a child.
Or
with
you wear it
pride.
around your waist like a belt.
Yes, exactly. You hold you
Shout out to Jeff Jarrett.
you wear it or you
What title
carry
he
it
wore, he
wore it.
always wore it.
with
title.
pride, not just.
Yeah.
No, you
on that
put
slap
you
nuts.
carry it, you wear it with pride. That's what the belt looks like. That's how a belt should look. You know, it got gold on it. It's got weight on it. It's got leather on it. Not this fucking universal WWE title fucking cheap shit
But
or
did you
a
guys-
WBO ripoff cheap shit. Let's just say too.
Did you guys actually see who was supposed to be the original person that unveiled it?
Supposed to be Flair.
It's supposed to be Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But
Oh, man.
once again, because of health issues and stuff like that, and he had to pull out StarCast, and which I don't.
Honestly,
Ric Flair, stay your ass at home because I ain't ready to lose your ass.
Listen, man.
Let me
Nobody
say this.
beats
Nobody
the
wants
top
you.
like Ric Flair,
Nobody wants you going around anywhere if you ain't good enough to go anywhere. So no problem.
I'm just glad I got my pic. I'm glad I got my picture and autograph.
let me say this. Honestly, if it was Flair, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did with Bret Hart because that was a genuine shock.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, that's serious.
The champion
No,
of champions
No,
should have been
no.
presenting
Unveiling
that
that because it's Flair. Flair's
The
NWA.
champion of champions.
Yes, because you know why?
Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
Yes, because you understand.
Top one,
Let
dead
me
or
think.
alive.
Well,
Hold on. Let me explain why. If it was Ric Flair, Mr. NWA, Mr. WCW, everyone would have been like, "Oh, seen that coming." You got Bret fucking Hart.
Yeah, Bret Hart was
You
a
got
shocker.
Bret Hart. You didn't get Flair because Flair's been everywhere. You got Bret.
Yeah.
You got Bret. You didn't get anybody else. You got Bret Hart. And where was he just 2 weeks ago?
He was a WC.
Or a couple weeks ago. Exactly.
He was getting it.
He's a 2-time Hall of Famer.
You know that went up Vince's ass. This motherfucker, I just made him a 2-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's what I'm saying.
But
That
when you
was a
are
shock.
unveiling anything in wrestling, there is literally a wrestling god who is still with us.
That's what I'm saying.
There is nobody.
Okay. You're not understanding what I'm trying to get you.
Jet flying, limousine riding,
You're not
kiss
getting-
stealing, willing, and dealing son of
Well,
a gun.
This is what
If you're
not
gonna
getting. This is what you're not getting.
if you're gonna find one B
That's
out of
what
one
I'm saying.
A, well, Bret Hart.
No.
you know,
I'm talking about the shock factor because we
one
knew-
B, one A.
Hold on. We knew about the title being unveiled. Right? We knew that something was going to happen. Ric Flair, how many times have we seen
Don't give
him
him
in
any more.
Impact? How many times have we seen him in Ring of Honor? We've seen him do all these spots for all these other companies, right?
Oof.
For Brett, if
I
they're
don't know,
taking
Nick.
shots, they're taking shots at WWE, and you pull out Bret Hart. That's a kick in the nuts to Vince.
That
Flair,
is.
like I said, he's been everywhere, done anything. You know, you could have got Tully, you could have got Magnum, you could have got Arn, you could have got any of those guys. You got Brett.
That's why everybody was like, Natty's fucked. Everybody,
Oh, fuck.
right after
I
she
can give
came,
two shits about what's happening
right
in
after she
WWE.
came out, everybody's like, damn, Natty's fucked. Oh man, it's Brett.
And I just want to get a quick comment. And Nick said Jericho's going to be the inaugural champion of AEW.
Nope, I disagree.
Hangman he's got a name, bro.
Said it from day one.
Actually,
He's got a
Rinaldi,
name.
Rinaldi, I'm gonna fill you in on something. Apparently, Bret Hart fell backstage before he was supposed to come out.
No, he fell on the way back.
No, apparently that everybody was asking why he looked like shit coming out, why he was limping. No, he fell
looks like that.
he fell coming out. Apparently he was when he was coming up to the stage to come out, he tripped and fell, and he busted his ass. And at his age and everything like that, busting your ass on a slight fall is like catastrophic.
I thought it was when he was going back.
No, he fell on his way out. That's why he looked like shit. That's why he was kind of limping down and everything, moving kind of slowly. That's why he looked like shit, because he fell beforehand.
Second 5-star match.
You know, but yeah,
5-star
Yeah.
like I said,
It's coming up.
you're gonna get, if you can't get 1A, 1B, and Bret Hart, it's not a
And
bad
MJF.
choice.
No, not at all.
MJF
Yeah,
is a star.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
I've
said,
been saying that for months now.
actually, that right there, when he came out and he did that, I was like, yeah, I can see him as top heel.
I've been
I was
saying
like,
that forever.
yeah, I can see him as top heel.
The moment, the first
When
time
he was
I-
like, Bret, look out! I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
This is when I first heard of MJF. I heard about MJF about 2 years ago, right? On Busted Open, because he was featured on the show when he was still in MLW. This guy was the most annoying. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude talking like he'd been in the business for 35 years? But damn, if I wasn't right about, that kid sounds like he's going to be a star. And
He's gonna be.
he's a star. He's a star right now.
Yeah,
That
he's-
kid, to the point where there's a big ass sign in the middle of SmackDown yesterday. You aren't MJF.
He got banned from Starcast. They told
Which is
him.
great.
They
Shout
were
out to Andy
saying
from New York, 'cause he was sitting right
if he
next to
shows
him
up
on
at
that.
Starcast, security's already got a picture and everything, and he's banned.
Oh, that was great. That was pure
But-
comedy. But no, MJ, to me, MJ
Yeah, he
came out looking
definitely.
like a star.
If AEW is trying to build a future head heel and top heel, I would put my money on MJF.
Yeah, you got to remember,
Hands down.
it's grassroots. Everybody, pretty much from the Rumble on, you're all getting. This is all your first views. We're looking at these people. We're seeing, hey, I like.
Yeah,
this
we
guy.
don't know who's
I
gonna be
this
what.
guy. Yeah, if people, especially
Who's
people
gonna-
who don't know them. I like this guy. Or Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus came out looking like a fucking star. Half of the people in the world don't even know who the hell Luchasaurus is. Seriously. But he came off looking like a star.
He did.
Jimmy Havoc. It's like, all right, violence. I like that. Joey Janela. Crazy spots. I like that. Jungle Boy. He has a cool look. His dad's Luke Perry. I like that.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
people came out
literally
saying.
introducing
A lot of people didn't
everything.
even know who Jungle Boy was, and they looked at him and like, why does he look like Luke Perry? And then they did research.
People
and
didn't even know that was Luke Perry's kid until after he
A lot
died.
of people did.
Until
a
after
lot,
Yeah.
a shit ton.
Yeah.
I only knew because I was reading up on stuff about him a while back, and they were like the son of Luke Perry. That's how the article opened, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yep.
But yeah, it's like.
And that's my biggest come out from the entire night, including the title ceremony. The title is beautiful, but to
Yeah,
me,
that belt- that-
MJF is a fucking star.
That
Oh yeah,
That kid's going to
absolutely.
be money.
He's gonna be a top heel. And then the next match, the penultimate match of the evening, you had my second favorite match of the night, the Young Bucks defending the AAA World Tag Team Championships against the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Ray
You
Phoenix.
want to talk about flippity?
Yes, puppets. No. For all you motherfucking puppets who have been nothing but watching WWE and sucking on the teat of Vince McMahon, tag team wrestling is alive. There is tag team wrestling outside of WWE that is flourishing, that is fucking gorgeous, that is fucking exciting.
By the way,
But you wouldn't know, because if you watch this WWE, you think tag team wrestling is non-existent. It's a joke. It's just, two guys put together to fight two bad guys. It's an opening segment for fucking Raw. But no, it's
the way,
alive.
just gotta say this: get well soon, Pentagon, because the indie ranks need you, especially out here where I plan on going to see you.
Big time wrestling event that usually has that.
Yes, Gabe.
commercial.
Zero miedo, puto. I love that. When he said that, I was like,
Nick, I want to respond to that, but I'm going to wait till we actually get to the
Yeah.
match. Because
He
I
was
disagree
like-
with that statement.
Yeah, so like the Young Bucks, arguably one of the best, if not the best tag team in the world.
Say it right. I've been wanting to say this with y'all.
What?
The Young
That's
Bucks.
Young Bucks.
Oh,
the
really?
best
That's tag team.
Wait.
No,
What?
they are the real best tag team in the
in
world, Craig.
Nah. The light skin one was off. Do it again.
All right, hey, whoa! I'm talking to here.
All right, let me get it going. Just follow my lead, ladies and gentlemen. The Young Bucks are indeed the greatest tag team in the world, Craig.
See what's your chest.
But yeah, this was.
From the plums. You gotta get it from the plums.
But yeah, there were a huge chance of tag team wrestling from the crowd. Like,
Yes.
this is what we've been missing for weeks, for months on end.
Years.
Actually.
How many spots can you count in this match that would have been like replayed for the rest of the year in the other federation? Let's just say not even. I'm tired of talking about them.
Yeah.
Let's just say like an Alabama slam into a leg drop. We can say front flip. Off the
Anytime
top.
Phoenix goes on the ropes. Anytime Phoenix touches the
Fucking
ropes.
Pentagon sitting on the ring like, what the fuck? Yeah, cheering him on.
He's like, just keep
Yeah,
doing all the work.
He's up in the. He's got one dude. He's up on the rope, super kicking, flipping, hurricane. What the?
While
the
jumping
whole-
from one side of the rope
Yes,
to the other.
while
on the
bouncing
side.
on multiple ropes like a fucking kangaroo and shit. Like,
A Canadian destroyer on the side.
Yeah.
WWE just started doing power bombs on the fucking ring apron.
And can I
They're
say
doing
this?
Canadian destroyers.
Can I say this? We all know Flair has the best woo in the business, but goddamn, Pentagon's number 2. Woo! His woo is always on point. I'm sorry, I gotta
Brain
get that
buster
defensive.
to the top turnbuckle.
Oh
Shout
yeah.
out. And I even said it. Ask Carl. I even said it. I'm like, damn, they're shouting out El Generico. Yeah, trademark of El Generico. I was like, I just fucking said it.
Like
Literally.
1 second.
I was like, that's old El Generico. El Generico, sing.
Yeah.
Yes, Ed.
No, we high-fived
Tag.
on it.
Huh?
Yes, Ed. Tag team wrestling is alive. No more of those fucking tag team match player memes. Because
Holla, holla, plan.
and WWE,
Bro.
the Iconics are champions. That's enough said.
Greatness is champion.
Shut your mouth.
All right, let's put all the BS to the side, right?
Yeah.
Who are your tag team champions in WWE right now?
Oh, do you really?
Well, joke aside, you have the Iconics.
Okay.
You have Hawkins and Ryder.
Yep.
But whoa. They beat the Revival, so does that really plus or minus in that field? Okay.
No, that's mine.
Nah.
Okay.
And then you
That's
have
huge
the
minus.
champions of Eric Rowan
And a
and
for-
the new Daniel Bryan.
and a former.
Tag team
No.
grew on me though.
No.
That tag team grew on me.
But look.
It did.
Out of-
He is a former fucking WWE champion. He's carrying around
You got
useless
Kofi Kingston as your
tin
champion.
metal.
Would you rather have Daniel Bryan than Kofi?
I'd rather have him at least in the main event picture, not
No.
carrying around useless tin.
Because when he gets in the main event picture, he wins.
Put it this way, the tag team titles aren't even gold belts. They're tin. They're tin fucking aluminum
United
belts.
Gold, yeah.
They are not 100% recyclable hemp. Yes,
I'm
we
sorry.
understand.
They're recyclable fucking metal. They're tin
Natural
cans.
fallen oak.
But I will say like this match between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros, this is the tag team match to beat this year.
There's not gonna be beat this
Not.
shit. It's not.
And I was completely.
Unless
We went in-
Fighter Fest can do better, or any of the following events
Well, we-
that AEW has coming up, in August and in September.
Yes, Ronaldo. Phoenix, please don't die.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
That contrasting styles between the Road Brothers and the Young Bucks, it's not gonna be, because they were similar styles. They were high flyers. They were high octane.
But
Dude, that was 100 miles per hour from the
Dude,
bell to bell.
what?
Yeah,
Have
it
you not
was.
seen the
And-
Bucks can work with
anybody.
anybody?
Yeah, but it's
The
not
Lucha
on
Brothers.
that
Put it
level.
this way.
Let me say
What?
this.
Pentagon and no, they put on a show just as much with their aerial acrobatics.
Yeah, they're great.
Put it this way.
They really did.
Leading up to this year, Pentagon and Phoenix weren't a real tag team. This past year, Pentagon and Phoenix has shown they can work with fucking blow-up dolls.
Yeah.
Literally.
We already know the Bucks can work with blow-up dolls. Okay? They can work with fucking children and make the children look fucking... Newborns look like fucking stars. But Pentagon and Phoenix... You know, they're actually blood brothers, but they were singles competitors.
Yeah. I think
But this past
Pentagon's a lot older than
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this
34.
past year, since teaming up, they have shown that they could hang with the fucking Usos, God,
I would
the
love to see that
Briscoes.
match. I would love to see
Dude,
that match.
I would love to see the Usos free from WWE and fucking working the indies with some of these tag teams that are out there.
All right.
Holy shit!
A couple
That's-
episodes ago, right, on our show, I went on a limb and I said it. The Dudley Boys, in my opinion, are the greatest tag team ever.
Not named the Road Warriors.
No, including Road Warriors.
No.
The reason why was because what did the Road Warriors do when they came out? They would walk in, smash up, blah, 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 go. They would destroy everybody. Totally get that. When you talk about the Dudleys can work with high flyers. They can work with cruiserweights. They can work hardcore style.
No.
They can work with tech.
this is different.
No. This is where I'm getting. Let me get to the point. The reason why right now I can say the Young Bucks are the best in the world is because of the fact they can work with high flyers. They can work with the smaller guys. They can work with the bigger guys. They can work a hardcore style. To me, if you're going to be considered the best in the world at anything, you must be better than everybody at everything. And if you look
hear
at
that,
the
Shane
list,
McMahon?
if you look at the list of the people they were showing during the last episodes of Being the Elite, when they were showing the Briscoes, they beat them. The Motor City Machine Guns beat them. Dudleys.
Shut
beat
up!
them.
I forgot all about the machine gun.
They even did a machine gun spot in the match. They actually did the Motor City thing. Yeah, they actually did that. To me, when I look at that aspect of pro wrestling, when I talk about all arounds or whatever, like Ric Flair's the GOAT, yes. Shawn Michaels, GOAT, yes. Jericho, GOAT, yes. Is because they can work any style. They're not in one lane.
So are you, in all your optimism, are you saying that the Rhodes Brothers versus the Bucks is going to be better than the Lucha Bros versus the Bucks?
In a different way, it could be. If you're talking storytelling,
Storytelling is going to be
yes, it
because
could
you
be
got the Rhodes
better.
Brothers and they just showed you what they
I
can do
know.
with storytelling.
If you're talking about athleticism, no. It depends on what your taste is for that match. But you have to be you have to have the ability to work all different styles. And
that's-
to me, that's why those two teams that were on last Saturday are the best teams in the world.
And I just want to add on to piggyback a point from an earlier point that I made. You guys were saying that the SCU match y'all do is showing off their athleticism.
Yeah.
No, they was not. That is an athleticism show. What they just pulled off in that match was an absolute 5-star class.
No. See.
You're
No.
still not getting it.
What you got from the
still don't get it.
SCU match
No.
was showing off athleticism of new guys.
They're showing
What
their
you
style.
got from Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks was athleticism and storytelling at the same time.
Yeah.
Because
there was a story.
This is
in
why.
match.
This is why you didn't like the first match, because there was no real story. This was
I
really.
didn't like the first match 'cause it sucked.
This was really SCU showcasing 3 Chinese wrestlers.
It was more of a showcase for
which
them
we're
than it was
used
for
to
SCU.
Japanese wrestlers, but we're not. Once again, that's the the way this country works. That we think that all Orientals are Chinese or something, or Japanese.
No, actually,
But-
working at where I work,
Chinese
bro, I
secret.
can actually
we have Japanese
classify
stars.
the differences.
Nobody knows what a Chinese wrestler star is. We're just discovering Xia Li, a Chinese wrestler.
Yep. NXT.
Okay, but still to this day, people are like, Chinese or Japanese? No, there's a huge fucking difference.
Got Cambodian, Laotian.
Exactly, it's a huge fucking, and that's what the SCU match was Oriental was getting showcased.
It was
What
introducing us to that.
Yes, what we got from Lucha Brothers and your Bucks was storytelling and high flying.
With 2 established teams.
Yep.
But I did not think the Bucks would keep those belts, bro.
I didn't know.
None of us
We-
did. We didn't pick them to
I
win.
did not.
I'm guessing, Triple H got a bigger Triple A wrestling got a bigger story for that, and that's why because from what I've read, it was Triple A's call not to have the Lucha Brothers win, because apparently the Bucks were going to put over the Lucha
Plus,
Brothers.
Penta got hurt. Anyway.
That's what the original thing was from the start.
Because
Was
of that 5 point
to
something
put-
million people watching on free ass TV when they saw that match.
yeah, when
happen. Holy
when
shit.
they won the belts from the Lucha Brothers was from the get go was to put them over in America.
Yeah.
And apparently Triple A was like, no, you guys go over. I guess there's a bigger story to it.
Yep.
We'll find out. And
Let's just call
they
that
just
what it was.
they
That
just
was
banged.
back-to-back beautiful matches, bro.
Yeah,
And the
well,
Lucha Brothers are just a little banged up. They had to pull out some indie shows. They were injured after the thing. But like Ronaldo pointed out, they fucked 48 tag team matches this year already.
yeah.
And we're what month are we in?
Shit, no.
We're
48, and we're in May. So these guys, and I'll tell you right now, every time I open up Facebook, there's a clip of them fucking doing a match somewhere. Lately.
Oh, like everybody, like on Raw and SmackDown, where everyone's like, "Oh, that was a great Canadian Destroyer." It's like, dude, that wasn't even the best one from this.
Yeah, exactly. Because somebody, either Pentagon or Phoenix had a better
We're
one.
gonna top it.
Because those guys have been everywhere lately. Just
Absolutely.
That was good.
So,
Huh?
That fucking shirt.
so yeah, man. This match was 24 minutes and 55 seconds
Of excellence.
of excellence.
Yes.
Second longest match of the night, and then now we get to the longest match of the night, the main event: Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega,
Can I hold it for you there?
1-on-1.
Hold it right there. Yes, puppets. This was Chris Jericho, the guy who last year and the year before would do spots and run-ins in WWE. That guy.
the guy that used to put over KO.
He actually, believe it or not, left WWE
What?
and made a success continuance
No.
without the help of Vince McMahon.
Why you lie?
Actually, hold on, real quick. Nick Thomas, the guy who founded the OWE, was originally trained in Japan and everything. He is Japanese and everything, but he did relocate to China and everything. And the stars there now are all Chinese Shaolin trained wrestlers and everything. There are some Japanese wrestlers mixed in there and everything into that company. Understandable, but majority of them are Chinese.
Yeah,
Just
thank
wanted
you.
to point something out.
Yep. And I wanted to point out Nick Thomas's earlier comment about the Jericho Omega match. He says, "Hear me out." In regards to why Chris Jericho should be the first AEW World Champion. He says that the guy who brings instant prestige to the title, given everything he's done. Also, just imagine the heel run he's going to have with it based off of his promo after the Kenny Omega match. Chris would be money with the title.
I disagree with that statement.
No, actually, I
I can't
actually-
see that happen, bro.
I-
Let me hear you. Go ahead. No, I was just.
Okay, the reason I disagree with that statement, right? What formula are we following by doing that?
Following WWE's.
Exactly. We're literally doing exactly what would
But
happen
see,
in
no.
WWE. Hold on, let me explain why. Why are we going to give the belt to an established person again if we're literally taking a risk and doing something brand new and different? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part that baffles me when it comes to wrestling, right? It's the first show. They're doing a clean slate. AEW is whatever they're presenting to us as a Double or Nothing. They're a different type of company. We already know it's a different type of management. It's a different style of wrestling. It's not WWE. They are an alternative. The fact that Jericho is actually in the match is good. And this is a term that I always use, that Bully Ray has said a ton of times. There can be two people in a match. One person can go over and the other person can get over. Jericho is an established star. Does that mean he needs to go over? No. It means Hangman has to get over. So Jericho winning a championship right now after he's won how many is going to mean what to his legacy?
now see the thing is.
Wait. Hangman becoming the first AEW champion after we all said he's the lowest on the total poll of the elite guys, right? Kenny's not getting the title shot.
Also rub a lot of salt in the pot saltiness.
Exactly. Well, not even that, but he's the lowest on the list of the elite, right? He was the guy that when we were talking about Hangman going to WWE, where did we say he was going to
He was going to be the jobber.
He was going to be the jobber in NXT, right? Why are we going to follow the same formula that WWE would do and just give it to the guy with the name? No, you're a new company. You're already taking risks. Why not have Hangman get over and win the title? And have him be the first guy. Because if you're relying on Jericho, you're basically doing what all the puppets are saying. You're relying on former WWE talent to get yourselves over. Instead of making a new star, you're relying on an established star. I don't think this is what these boys are going to do. To me, it is pointless. It's great to have him in the match, but it's pointless for him to actually win the belt. Because what do I always say about titles? The story is what? In the chase, right? Mm-hmm. If we already think Jericho's going to win the title and he's going to have this great heel run, what does that mean for Chris Jericho in AEW once he loses that belt? What does he have left to do? Nothing. Hangman is establishing a career.
You don't see the story. You don't see the Jericho winning. Jericho has to win that belt now. You haven't seen all the promos he's been cutting. How AEW.
If anybody has seen the promos.
Exactly. AEW. He's been cut. This is why he's been cutting those promos, because he's been telling everybody, you owe me. So I'm your first champion. You owe me. Kiss my ass. Hangman Page is going to get over by being the guy who takes down the prick of all pricks that Jericho's becoming. He's becoming the super prick. What MJF is going to be eventually, what Jericho is right now.
Agreed.
He's like, Cody, suck my dick.
Yeah.
He's like, you got this because of me. You got that TNT because of me. And this is why Hangman Page chasing him and finally getting that belt is going to make, because right now Hangman Page is not the star. They put that belt on him right now, done. Done with Hangman.
First off, we don't know when the title match is. That's the first thing we do.
Yeah, we don't know when it is, but I tell you right now, Hangman Page being the first champion, no, it's not going to work.
All right.
The fans will turn on him.
Come on.
The fans will turn on him. They're fickle.
No.
They're fickle.
This is where the argument.
But they're fickle. They will turn on him.
Not WWE.
But that's just the thing is, these AEW fans don't even truly know who Hangman Page is yet.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
How are you gonna
Hangman Page is now
I will totally disagree with
what you know about Hangman Page now has been pretty much been a sidekick, lower level mid-carder. What this feud with Jericho could build him into is the main event star.
Okay, I'll go.
But him just having the title right off the rip, it could do damage. How many times have we seen that?
All right. Let's see that. All right, I'll counter that. All right, let's go comic book, right? And you guys know me, I'm not big into comic books and heroes and all that stuff. If a bad guy is the first one with a power, if Thanos already had the 6 stones when they first started off, what would have happened?
The same thing that happened at the end of, and just for the record, the GOAT, you can't put him in your references, but continue.
No, but I'm asking you a question. All right. Yeah. If a bad guy already has the superpower, what does that mean? He already controls everything. If a bad guy is going to get the superpower, doesn't that mean more?
But see, the thing is, though,
to counter that real quick. In the comic,
okay, I'm not talking about that comic, but I'm talking about if you're using that superhero aspect.
But here in this, Thanos in the beginning, Thanos already had the Infinity Stones, and
it was up to the good guys.
Happened. The good guys
had to.
They had to come up.
This is why I'm telling you,
come up to defeat him.
It makes sense.
The money was in the chase.
But at the same time, if you give somebody that much power already, like you know how Jericho's saying,
but the thing is, he doesn't have the power right now.
Time out. This isn't Adrian. Let me explain this. All right? No, because Adrian would cut me off before I even got a chance. All right. If you're going to, all right, Jericho already has the ability to control the crowd, right? He's already evil Jericho. He already has all this power by telling everyone, thank you, I'm the main event, blah, blah, blah. Okay? If you already expect Jericho to have the title, AEW is going to appear as the reign of Jericho right off the rip. If you're establishing a new company with new perspective and new fans, and mind you, we're not WWE fans. We're not sports entertainment fans. We understand the concept of pro wrestling, where 2 men are in a ring fighting. I know we talked about the whole young and old thing, blah, blah, blah. But
Jericho's 48 and still looks good.
Hold on. But if you're talking about a heel Jericho who's already established himself as a major heel, the top guy in the company, I'm evil, blah, 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 why are we going to give him the power right away? We have a young man, and we have a young company with young, new talent that nobody knows, right? That supposedly nobody knows.
But
The title picture.
you just said it yourself. New.
Exactly.
They can't just throw a new company. Just can't throw a new belt on a new guy that isn't a staff. That's a formula for bad.
Hold on. I'm not talking
Hangman Page. Actually, Hangman Page is more over in Japan than he is in the U.S.
I know that, but he's also over enough here that if he won the title, people would be okay with it. It's not like Luchasaurus or Jungle Boy.
Actually, I'm afraid he might not be.
I don't agree with
I
that.
think the fact that he's associated with the Elite is what has him over. They have to establish him outside the Elite.
I know.
And Jericho,
they're
him
doing
chasing
that now.
That's what I'm saying. They're
him.
doing that now.
Yeah, but no, him chasing a GOAT like Jericho, who is literally by winning
But
the
Jericho's
title.
story isn't with Hangman. Jericho's story is with Cody. Jericho's story is with Moxley, who just appeared.
No, Jericho's story.
with Kenny.
We thought Jericho's story was going to be
Moxley is with,
Kenny and Omega. Kenny and Moxley are going to be the story now.
Yeah,
together.
but the
That's-
Jericho ties.
No,
That's what I'm saying. Jericho's story doesn't need the title.
the Jericho
His
Jericho Omega story will come back a few years later. We're gonna get a rubber match a few years
gonna get a
later.
rubber match.
But for right now, it makes more sense to get somebody like Chris Jericho's level to win that title because he's gonna be that heel that says, "I control everything." You think you're my boss? This is why he said, "You're not my boss." Him winning that title.
So you're giving him the power now.
It'll probably be some underhanded way, like a heel does, where he'll win that title some underhanded way. And it's like, like Cody does not be his champion. Cody shouldn't be champion. Cody is pretty much the owner, the persuader owner of the company.
Exactly.
So he shouldn't be
Jericho
champion.
doesn't need the title.
No, I mean, Cody should not have that title.
Exactly.
Jericho,
So why should Jericho hold the title if we
because
know where
Jericho
he's
doesn't.
going next?
Jericho's not acknowledging himself as a persuader owner. He's not. At no point has he said that I'm a VP or anything like that.
Jericho is just a performer. He's
Exactly.
just a wrestler.
So,
if his next story
him-
is going
that'll
towards
be-
if his
that'll
next
be
story is going towards
WWE,
Jericho, then I mean is going towards Cody or Kenny. Why does he need the title? He doesn't
Because
need the title.
right now the story says that he is the reason why this is all happening, and nobody at AEW is sucking his dick for it.
Exactly the reason
So
why he
him
doesn't
grabbing
need the
that title and saying, "Until you all bend to my will, I'm not giving this belt up." And Paige coming up and saying, "I'm going to stop you. I'm going to win this belt and free AEW from what you're doing to us," makes him a bigger star.
That's WWE. It's not about
But-
a story of being a bad guy or a good guy.
But like,
To me,
let
it's
me-
a
let
whole
me-
different perspective.
like
let me
Nick pointed
chime
out,
in.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel though. Sometimes that.
But when you don't reinvent the wheel and you common copy everybody else, what do people do and
Well,
complain?
But
It looks just like WWE.
I do
Well,
want
that's the
to.
thing. How many more?
Well, I do want to
But
point
giving
out two
the
additional
title to
comments.
Paige could do more harm than good. How many times have we seen a new guy get a title run and it's like, no, and then that person,
Because that's WWE
Hold on.
booking.
Hold on.
and that's something that AEW has to avoid. So going through
So
Jericho,
why do the
Hold on.
WWE
Let me
thing?
point out.
it goes back.
Hold on.
Hold on. It goes back to this. It goes back. I'll tell you this right now. It goes back to South Park did it. Simpsons did it. Unfortunately, everything's been done already. There's
Exactly.
not much more you can do.
So why do the usual norm?
I do want. I do want
to.
to point out a couple comments in regards to this. One from Edward Figueroa, another from Gary Threat. Edward says, "I just finished listening to Talk Is Jericho with Moxley, an excellent podcast. His best line is when AEW goes on TV, and you want to attract the casual fans looking for that alternative. You need names to draw them in. Jericho is that starting name with the title." With the title. Gary Threat says, if Jericho beats Okada, then he will win the AEW title. He'd be the best on the East and the West, literally the best in the world. Jericho beats Okada, and he can come back and dog Kenny about how he couldn't get it done with all those matches they had. Jericho did it in one shot.
Yeah, it's multiple stories going to be written out of that. Yeah.
Yep. Also, Nick Thomas says, I agree, Hangman is not an established dude. He damn sure ain't a guy to be the first champ in a new company.
And it's
The day he wins that title, I will come back to this episode.
it will be after Jericho, and after Jericho helps build him onto that. Yeah. Jericho's going to be that heel that builds him into that face that, everybody's like, fucking yes, he did it. He did it. Fuck yes, yes,
Bret
yes.
Hart to Steve Austin is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what Jericho was playing. Jericho was playing that fuck you all card. His promo afterwards.
Cool.
Why ain't nobody thanking me? The fact that
Exactly.
he shot himself on video when they were doing the thank you and
I
everything,
agree with all of that.
showing his angry face, like these motherfuckers didn't even say thank you to me. They call me. Like that's what Jericho is building what he's building up right now.
Cool with that. My thing is, does he need the title?
Oh,
Because either one of the two needs the title.
Well, one of them's gonna get it. My question is, which guy needs it more? Who needs the title?
the guy doesn't need it. The company does. That company
Exactly.
needs
I
somebody
totally
like
disagree.
Jericho
I
to start
totally
it off.
disagree.
How?
Huh?
Every wrestling company needs a champion, bro.
I will say this, right?
And that's not the last name McMahon.
But this is the thing. Everyone, this is the problem with AEW, and I see it already happening, right? Everyone is looking at it as if it's WWE.
Nobody over here is looking at it like it's
No.
WWE.
I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about those people. Everyone's looking at it as if it's another WWE. It's not. It's an alternative. The best way to be an alternative is to not do what everyone expects you to do, which is to give the title to the bigger name. It wouldn't be, to me, it looks better. You're giving the younger talent a chance to already hold the title.
No, but I see what you're saying.
To be the first champion and to actually have a heel wanting the title because don't worry, it was nothing. Wanting the title because if Hangman wants the title, basically, all right, we'll go back to the 24/7 thing, right? What did I say about Roman Reigns having that title literally at his feet? You devalued that title because the guy who was considered the big dog had a championship literally in front of him and gave it to somebody else, right? Now, if Roman wanted that title, it would have elevated the value of that championship because a guy like Roman would have gotten the title, correct? Now,
No.
But what
I
you
totally disagree with
you
that.
just-
Roman
you
would have
just-
elevated it.
but what you just said is somebody like Jericho not holding that
I'm
belt.
gonna say that. Come on.
You got to think in the long term. If we think AEW survives 15, 20 years from now, the first champion being Chris Jericho would be talked about in a legendary standard.
But it would
compared
also-
to be, Hangman Page was the first champion. And what if Hangman Page is a flame out because it was too early for? Sometimes it is too early for certain people. And I feel
that's
Hangman
WWE
Page is.
perspective.
It happens everywhere in TNA, Ring of Honor, in the Indies. There's been hundreds of thousands.
In other words, they're just going to be WWE light, is what you're telling me, because they're going to do exactly what WWE is doing. You're not doing something different if you're doing exactly what every other company does.
Probably at just that moment.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say at this point,
The interesting part is going to be the many fucking roads that we could possibly take.
Right.
That's the part.
I totally
that's
agree
the part
with
that's
that. But to
interesting
me-
because there is so many. Like we get to,
Why be the same when you can be different? And literally, that's what these guys are fighting for, is to be different. So why do the same thing? Like I said, to me, it's more valuable if Chris Jericho is chasing the title than he is already holding the belt.
okay, it's an
but
interesting
Jericho
perspective.
established mega Hall of Fame. Everybody's probably top 10, top 5, chasing a belt.
Yes.
Well, I'll say
He
this,
shouldn't have to chase shit.
I'll say at this point,
It's like Ric Flair. It's like Ric Flair asking to be a challenger for a title.
Ric Flair wants to fight me, or I want to fight Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair. Yeah, I don't have to do that.
Well-
or Ric Flair wants to fight me. Hell yeah, it's important for Ric Flair to fight me because I'm the champion.
I'll say, like, at this point, it's very early in the game, so it's at this point agree to disagree. So we can move on to the final segment and wrap this up because it is late.
We're gonna go back and forth.
So the exclamation point of this event to wrap up everything: JON MOXLEY makes his debut post-match. He attacks Chris Jericho with the dirty deeds. He brawls with Omega through the MGM crowd. They battle on stage, and then Moxley dumps him off the poker chip props onto the stage. Kenny's knocked unconscious. Moxley looks like a even bigger star here in this one segment than he ever did in the WWE, despite his success as Dean Ambrose, despite winning every championship in the WWE. He looks like a bigger star here now, a bigger deal now in this one
in
segment.
what, 10 minutes? Not even.
The reason that he wouldn't resign is because he knew that it's not. how can I say this without sounding like my bad? How can I say this without sounding like a dickwad? It's not I'm a fish in a huge ocean, you know what I mean? And it's damn sure not I'm a big fish in a small pond. It's I'm gonna go to somewhere and actually have the chance
to prove to you that I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know your worth. It's like I've been saying, if you work anywhere, you know your worth, and if you're not getting what you know you're worth, you're not going to be happy. You'll want to go somewhere else where you can get what you think you're worth. And what I liked about that ending segment, they didn't make Kenny look like a punk. He fought back.
Yeah, he did.
Because in WWE,
He fought with a broken nose
and
for like
WWE,
20 minutes.
how many times have we seen that? Somebody will debut or somebody will attack from backstage, and said person getting attacked, no offense whatsoever. Just catches a beat down. Oh, well, he just had a grueling match. Okay, doesn't mean that you can't try to fight back.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how grueling it was. At least
to the
throw
big
your
cage,
arms
they call
up there.
it.
Yeah,
To the
throw
base
your
of the
arms
big
at least. I love the fact that, oh man, he's gonna get demolished by by Jon Moxley now, and nope, he fought back. He tried to all he could
Yeah.
to stop.
He's overrated, so we got to say.
Oh, shut up! You cheer for the Iconics. You have no say.
So yeah, man, Moxley, he's definitely made his presence known. And again, like I said, earlier, presentation and perception makes all the difference. And this is an example of when you let a creative person do their thing, offer their ideas to the table, let them show you what they can bring, not just reading off scripts and whatnot. This is what you get. You get Moxley. Like this is the Moxley we should have gotten in WWE if Vince McMahon wasn't such a raging
egomaniac. They
egomaniac.
balls to put a John Moxley in WWE.
Right, he did.
You gotta listen to the
They're
interview.
not suplexing anybody in WWE on barbed wire ropes. They're not putting anybody through those. What do you call those bulbs? Those
The fluorescent
Exactly.
bulbs,
You're
yeah.
not throwing somebody into an audience.
But it's not just about the deathmatch
This
stuff.
dude
Trust me.
is crazy. WWE is PG. They
Yeah.
are treating family friendly. You don't want a Moxley on a
Yeah.
family friendly
You gotta
show.
listen to the show because trust me, he explains what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he was trying to do so many other things, and so like he just came off so passionately about how he wanted to tell the story in the ring, and he wasn't allowed to do that, and and how he would put his input into what he wanted to do storyline wise or character wise, and they're telling him no, and he's got to follow some story that some writer wrote that doesn't know him for fucking a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Which is
check that out.
that would be frustrating, which is true. Like if you are building a character, even in movies, that person gets into that character, and that's how that movie becomes good. If that movie that star isn't into that character, that movie's gonna suck.
Yep.
You're a movie buff,
Yeah.
If the person's into it, you're gonna be like, okay, this was a good. Same thing in wrestling. If the person's not into it, it's going to be stale. And this is why everybody's always had that opinion of Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, whatever you want to call him. It's like, it just looks like he doesn't feel like it. It looks like he's going through the emotions, or, he could be so much better. And
Half
it's
the
like,
roster's just going through the motions.
exactly. A lot of these guys, I can understand the older guys and the guys with families like a KO or AJ Styles. They're just there for the paychecks and stuff like that. They got a family they want to shore up. Dean has no kids. He just got married. He said it in the interview. He paid off his house. He paid off his mama's house. He good.
His car,
He's good.
Yeah. 7 digits.
Yeah, he's good. He's comfortable. He's good off where he can go work indie shows for $50 and not have to worry. His wife still works full time and stuff like that. They have no kids. I can understand AJ Styles. He's in his 40s. He's got kids.
Yep.
KO, he's pushing 40. He's got kids. I can understand those guys. Okay, you're in it for the paycheck. You've been busting your butt for 20 odd years in the indies and stuff like that. Ambrose was busting his butt in the indies for like maybe 5 to 10 years before he got to WWE. He's still relatively young. He's early 30s, mid 30s at best.
He's
Ambrose?
33.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah, early 30s. So he's still young. So he has that option. He did the smart thing. Now it's like any other profession. Somebody's, you got college athletes who spend all their money before they get paid, and then they're broke playing sports and stuff like that. Ambrose did the smart thing. He paid off his stuff.
Yeah.
Thought about the future before the future came.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. A lot of the older guys, I understand. You're in it for the paycheck. You've been doing this Shinsuke. He re-signed because his family loves it over here. He's already killed himself over in Japan and everything. What more does he got? He knows he's not going to be WWE champion.
And shout out to them because they actually got a hustle going on between Mox and Renee. Renee's getting that still getting that WWE money while Mox is getting
from what I heard,
WWE insurance.
He signed a seven figure. Yeah, but he signed a 7-figure contract with AEW. It's not like he's getting paid a couple of $100,000.
Yes, Britt Baker's contract might be more than Adam Cole's because he's still on an NXT deal.
That's the sad part.
That's the sad part.
Yeah, it probably really is because they don't. What is it, like $100,000 the most somebody gets paid down there?
All right, guys, so we do.
Yeah. But yeah.
I got DJ, so.
And I got a 1-year-old who does not quit.
Yeah. So, and don't
Wait,
forget.
I've been up since 6:30 this morning.
I've been up since 3:30. Team no sleep. High five. All right. Yep.
Why don't you sleep? You got no excuses.
And
don't give him no high five. Take that back.
And
You
I
got
think
no kids.
I think we'll wrap it up here with a final comment here by Rinaldi, who says, to all those loyalists out there, AEW is AEW. We may have wrestlers that used to be in the WWE, but they are looking for something different, something new, something to feel that they can be more creative with their talent and show the world what they are capable of doing in the ring, instead of doing 15-minute promos and only give 4-minute matches for every hour you're on the air. Us wrestling fans don't want to sit down for promos. We want wrestling, and AEW is bringing it.
Thank you, Bernard.
Couldn't say it any better.
Seriously.
True. Like we used to sit down and get.
That's Mr. Impact, by the
Yeah.
way. Just so you know.
Back in the day, we used to get what 45 minutes of promos in total, and the rest was matches. Now we're getting fucking 15 minutes of matches, and the rest is promos.
Yeah, indeed. So.
How you gonna do this?
I ain't got no. I already done going off.
We done ranted.
Ranted
out. I will say like one brief final rant before we wrap up too. Real quick, and to all the fans out there who say that like Moxley or like others are foolish for leaving that WWE money behind, you got to understand, like, not just in professional wrestling but anything in life, money isn't everything. Like, when you think about it, I don't care how much money you make or how little money you make. I don't care if you're struggling to pay bills on time or if you can pay bills without a second thought. Money is shit. Okay, money is shit because money is not the biggest priority. When you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep at night, what do you think about? What drives you? What drives your passions? What skills can you bring to the table to the best of your ability? That's not reflective on how many zeros are on your paycheck. You got to be proud of like the work that you put in and day out, whether it's your career, whether it's a podcast, whether it's like any kind of endeavor that you're doing. A paycheck is not indicative of happiness. Money isn't happiness, So understand that moving forward. So for all those who decide to, follow their passions, whatever it is, and however much money you make or don't make, your talent is the real value. Talent is the real currency, and money just goes like that. And at the end of the day, like, you can make all the money in the world, but once that money dries up and you don't have any legitimate skills or talents to your name, what was your life really worth? What was your life? What did your life really mean in the end? So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, that's what I've always said. If you don't love what you're doing, then.
Well, some people actually do stuff just because they love doing it. You know what I mean? I play video games, and not because I get paid. It's because I love doing it. My man DJs. I mean, he probably does get paid, but I'm gonna let you know he probably loves doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the best paid thing to be the most successful in life. People define your own success, and my success is my happiness. If I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I'm as successful as I want to be. Period.
That's why I always tell people who are like, oh, that person's ungrateful in wrestling, or like Sasha Banks, oh, she's ungrateful. If she's not happy. What the fuck? Why keep doing it if you're not happy?
Exactly.
How many people
Mercedes?
Dean Ambrose pointed it out. It almost killed his love for wrestling.
Yeah.
Something that he loved since a child.
Exactly.
Jericho said the same thing. Almost killed his love for wrestling. WCW almost killed his love for wrestling.
Yeah. CM Punk said
happens.
the same thing too.
Sometimes you just got to go out there and rediscover your love.
Can you mention Tiana on this podcast?
Oh,
On that note, thank you.
On that one.
On that note, thank you for watching and thank you for listening to the Codex Prime UWO experience, AEW Double or Nothing.
Let us beat Darcy!
Shaking my damn head over here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on the podcast. You can catch UWO on Facebook Live every Wednesday evening. You can catch Codex Prime everywhere, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, all that good stuff, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So we'll catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.
Deuces.